Hi, my name is Katrina, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade stream, titled The First Night, Episode 5. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our players.
Hi, I'm Marianne. I play Shion York. Growing up, she had a horse called Sir Prancelot, and as an adult, her favorite composer of classical music is Schubert.
Hi, my name is Tarjei. I'll be playing Christopher Falcone. When he was back in high school, Christopher was put on academic probation no less than 3 times due to tardiness, generally because he stayed up late at night, either partying or stealing cars or doing burglaries with Shiv and Sean.
Hello, my name is Örjan, and I'll be playing the role of Sean Dempsey. Sean Dempsey's favorite car is the Jaguar. And the reason that he's not drinking or doing drugs has nothing to do with any sort of idealism or a political agenda. It's just that he loves to drive.
All right, that was just some fun facts about our player characters. Last time was quite the ordeal, and I think everybody is a little bit confused. What is real and what is really happening, and what have they turned into? We're going to go directly into this first scene of the evening. It's the Saturday after the Friday, obviously, the morning. And we're going to go directly to the scene with Shiv.
I think Shiv is... I think Shiv wants to go back to the gallery, just to talk to Jade. A little bit more details about the new sketch that was acquired, because she actually, I think she was so in awe by this sketch and the work that Jade had done when she was gone, that she kind of lost herself in just being home and having just being with Jade and just having a really nice time. She didn't really have her business, and I think I need to know a little bit more about what has occurred.
And you didn't go out on the town, so to speak. You drank a lot of wine, you got takeaway into the gallery, and you actually got, well, not an early night, but not one of your famous Shiv escapades. So you're actually in the gallery at the same time Jade's there.
First time in history, yes.
First time in history. And she's there. She has only got one coffee, because you are usually not there. And she's a bit perplexed. She's wearing a light green pantsuit, pumps, and her hair slicked back in a simple ponytail.
I am walking through the doors, and I am wearing a crop top, a suit, a dress, jacket, laced with pearls in various patterns, and a kind of harem, kind of wide pants.
Oh, very MC Hammer. I'm into it.
Yeah, because that's. Thank you, because I was like, is it MC Hammer pants or is it harem?
Yeah, it's
pants?
MC Hammer.
I don't know what the. Yeah,
that's super cool. Shoulder pads galore. I'm into it.
Yeah.
She's Shiv, darling. She's pointing at the coffee. Morning.
You know I work here, right? Still.
Yes, you do. But I did not expect you in at this hour.
Well, I didn't get too drunk yesterday, so I figured why not come back.
I must say I'm loving the new Shiv.
It's a little bit early saying this is the new me, but let's try it out. Yeah, I'll try it out.
All right. So, a business. What can I help you with? What are we doing?
Well, I think I was just. My head wasn't really there yesterday, so I have to ask: did you get a certificate of authenticity of that sketch?
Of course,
when you bought it.
Did. Of course.
Great. Can I see it? Because I really want to. And I have to say, like, how much did it cost? Because we didn't go through any of these details, and you did say you spend quite a lot of money
I paid $75,000.
75. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a rare piece.
It's an investment. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of this exhibition. I feel very passionate about this. I'm not. I don't do crazy, whimsical decision. My gut and my business sense is screaming this is the right thing to do.
Right. And together with the new collection that you also, how much do we have left on the books?
Well, right now, I'm hoping the exhibition, because it's coming up, is going to sell out. Right now, we have 25,000 in the account.
Right. 25, you say? Interesting.
And
Yes.
the rent for the next 3 months is due, and that's going to be a cool 15.
Yeah. No, I'll talk to. I'm sure we'll figure it out. And how much do you expect coming in from this new?
Oh, if it goes super well, if he sells out, our cut from that is gonna be approximately around 50,000.
Okay. So if we get that sold, then we're back to 0 minus the pick. Yeah.
That if it's all selling out, all of it sells out, then it's
Right.
gonna be 50,000.
Right.
Like, we never sell everything, but that is if it's. I'm working on advertising. I'm working on getting all like the art critics on it.
I mean, it's only a week till the big
I know.
opening, so it will be fine. I'm sure of it.
The certification is in the safe, by the way.
Okay, great. I think I'm going to take a look at it just to make sure that, and also I'm curious who actually did the auditing of it. Yeah. Okay. No, this is great. Like off Shiv.
Yeah.
Can you describe the sketch a little bit more?
I can give it in depth. If you ever have seen a type of Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo type sketching, just a bit more modern, because we are in the early 1800s, so it's not so middle-aged stylized. You have a more refined aesthetics of the human form. It is not so
Abstract.
voluptuous in a sense. It is more towards the realistic, but it's stylized of the time. It's almost like not impressionistic, because it's too early for that. It's more of a early romantic feel to it. The figure there's no color. It's pen or charcoal.
Okay.
Or both, like a mixed media.
Yeah.
It's on a canvas.
Is it signed?
Is it
signed?
Yes, it is.
Right.
1820.
Mm-hmm. And it was a picture of a man with a violin?
Yeah.
Old or young?
It seems to be, again, you really can't see the face. So you would see like a man in his prime, so anything from 18 to 25 in that era.
Yeah.
Loose shirt, loose pants, there's papers all over it. It looks like a boudoir, like a bedroom. The linens are disheveled. You see that it's very sketchy. Whereas again, behind this male figure, we're sitting with the violin. You have the beautiful windows depicting a very not Eastern European landscape, but it's very hard to tell. It feels very British, German, maybe Scandinavian landscape. Maybe not so Scandinavian, because it looks very foresty.
Right. Okay.
But not Mediterranean. Definitely not Mediterranean.
So North European.
Yeah, North European. Well, we're not saying like it's not. What was it? It's not. Well, yeah, it could be Krakow. Could be there. It's European-ish.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll follow. Well, did Jade want to show me this? No, she's not taking me to the safe. I'll just go to the office and into the safe to check out the certificate.
Yeah.
And then just look at the books a little bit more in details.
Yeah.
But we don't have to get into that, I think.
Well, if it's been authenticated of late of Mr. Hawkins, and you know his name.
Yeah. He's not Boston.
It's
located.
New York.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And I trust the work that he does, I guess.
He's renowned for authenticating pieces.
Okay.
This is also helpful but this is signed, so it's not like it shouldn't be that difficult if it's not a forgery. But he's put his name on it. That should
because it's an original. It's not a print. Right?
It's not a print. It's a full-on original.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm happy.
We're gonna leave Shiv at the gallery, and we're gonna put our gazes to Christopher as he starts his day.
Get up. Well, as normally, nothing really to eat in his flat, so he puts on his clothes and pop over to Modern Pastry to get his breakfast there, and preparing himself for the phone call where he's gonna get call his friends with a glorious news that he's got a job if they're interested. Trying to best how to spin it, how to get them feeling a twitch of guilt about potentially actually manipulating them into doing a job to get him clear of debt. Like but he's gonna sell it like a marvelous opportunity for all of us. So I think I'm gonna call Sean first.
Right. Sean is at his studio working away at the Beetle.
Yeah, the bug. Yeah, now it's. I think we've managed to put the Porsche engine into it now. Maybe the kid is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just helping me put all the things that we have put out of the car into order. So now I'm probably underneath the car trying to put the gearbox and the clutch and the engine together.
As you do so, your phone rings.
Oi, kid! Bring me the phone, will you? Bring me the phone, will you? Yeah.
And he brings it over with the cord and everything, and he picks it up and shoves it underneath the car.
Oi, Sean here.
Good morning, Sean. It's Chris. Up and about.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy when I get to test this car on the open road. You know that the black bug I chopped the roof of last year. Now I've got a Porsche engine in it, and it's going to be sweet. Just need to figure out what to do to keep it from losing traction on the front wheels.
Wait.
It's an option.
Anyway, I got some news. I got a potential gig for us if you're interested. Get back in the hall. Get back in the horse.
Is it a fun one?
Back in the saddle. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's a potential for what you might say one of the classical heist switcheroos.
Ooh, heist.
We're talking good old the Sting quality.
Oh, nice. It's been a while since we had a good heist. What are we thinking?
Not over the phone. Can we meet somewhere?
Oh, of course. Well, Middle East is opening for lunch in what time is it? Yeah, in 1 hour. So
Meet
egg
you
and bacon.
in 90 minutes.
90 minutes. Sweet.
I'll give Shiv a call as well. We're definitely going to need her particular expertise for this.
Oh, nice. I see what you did there.
Yep. So I'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya. Cheers. Bye.
He
Bye.
hangs up and he dials up Shiv.
On her
You're-
home or
Probably
mobile.
expecting she's gonna be like probably gonna wake her up. She's probably gonna be hungover in bed with some
You
poor
guys
little
are
student who had no idea what happened the last night.
Yeah.
Whatever, so.
You guys are used to using mobile phones at this point because you are so mobile and you're criminals. You're used to using it.
Yep.
So you would call her mobile for sure.
Yeah, I call her mobile. I mean, she might not even be home. She might have.
Wake up somewhere
Morning,
else.
it's Shiv.
No,
Very
of course, the
perky.
problem. Yeah. So, dial up. Hi, Shiv. Good morning.
Hey, Chris. Morning.
Well, you seem surprisingly cheerful this early in the morning.
Were you thinking sober?
Yeah. I was trying to be discreet, but sure. Listen.
It's actually really strange being up this early. I don't know how you do it every day.
Shiv? It's 10:30.
Yes.
I think early, sort of. That ship sailed about 4 hours ago, but still, okay, yeah. Anyway, I just called to say that a marvelous opportunity has come away for us. I'm getting back in the saddle again. I got a real sweet gig, perfectly suited for your expertise.
Really?
If you're interested.
Of
Yep,
course.
I guarantee you it's gonna be fun. You're gonna
Well,
love it.
Maybe you can convince me over a glass of something or some food?
Why don't we do lunch at the Middle East? We can catch up with Sean there. He's gonna be there for lunch.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
90 minutes?
I'll be there.
Excellent. See you there. Hangs up and like taking candy from a baby.
Well, he's got some explaining to do, but we'll get to that. I'm
Oh
gonna,
no, what do you explaining how? Like how I'm gonna convince them
pay?
that no, you get paid afterwards. I'm gonna handle the finances and we're gonna get paid afterwards. And I'll give you.
I'm gonna fast track you to the Middle Eastern.
Can I be
Yep.
there before Chris
Of
arrives?
course you can. You can be there first if you like.
Ooh, ooh. That's a first.
You got your own transportation. Chris doesn't own a vehicle. He doesn't own a car or anything. So
No. So you're there first. You see, you've been there before, and you see the friendly face of Sean's friend, Angela.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. You see, she's standing there with a phone, and she's scribbling, and she's got a very serious gaze as you walk in. And she just puts the pen up, like, and then she's like, "No." No, and she just hangs up. She stares to the side for a second and like, no. Hi, hon. What can I get you?
Coffee. Coffee would be good.
All
Is
right.
Sean here?
No. Not
No.
yet. He
Oh.
usually pops by there. You know this.
No, yes, I'm supposed to meet him. I just
Oh.
expected him to be here already.
All
I'm
right.
not used to being first. Yes.
Right. Do you need privacy? Take the booths in the end.
Great. Great,
And
yes.
when he pops in, because I'm sure he will, I'll send him over.
Thank you. Good seeing
Alright.
you.
Thank you, likewise. I'll get that coffee to you straight away, Shiv. Who's next?
Probably me. Coming with my Vespa.
Beep beep.
Honk honk.
Well, you get into the friendly atmosphere of the Middle Eastern. You see Angela is walking over with a cup of coffee and condiments. And she's like, "Oh, Sean, darling.
Top of the morning, chica.
Hey, babe. Your friend, Siobhan?
Yeah?
Yeah, she's in the furthest back booth.
I look up at the clock. Yeah.
She looks puzzled.
How is she still drunk, or she's really not up at this time of the morning, not this bright and early.
All right, make yourself useful, darling. And she gives you the coffee and the condiments. I'll get you your tea.
Sweet. So Shiv, starting a new life.
Hi.
Bring her the coffee and the stuff.
Morning?
Morning. Well, for some of us, it's now lunch.
Whatever. It's good seeing
So
you.
no shenanigans last night.
No. I went out
Why?
with Jade. We had I don't know. It was just a quiet girls' night out. It was, and we didn't know. Yeah.
I touched
I
your
just
forehead.
needed some catching up.
Are you warm?
But I
Sick?
don't know. Sometimes
Dying?
you need to have a small break before you can get into the ocean again, right? Like,
Yeah, we
dive
call that
into it again.
Mondays. Or you call that Mondays.
But when she
Right.
says small break, your chirpy demeanor and the happy-go-lucky,
Yeah.
you hear the scream, a specific scream from Paris, that makes your bones go cold for a minute, and you repress a memory.
Yeah. I shake my head and sit down. So I guess you
So?
talked to Chris.
yes, he didn't say much.
No.
But he's mentioned a job.
Job? I'm guessing we're going to nick something in your part of the business.
Oh. So, stealing a painting or what?
And on that note, someone walks in. None other than the esteemed Christopher Falcone. As again,
Yeah.
Angela walks around the counter with a cup of tea. And obviously she recognizes you, Christopher, and she's like, Chris!
Good day. Could I get a double espresso, please?
Right, darling. This is for Sean. I'll be there in a jiffy.
Walk over and drop the tea in front of Sean, like, not getting a tip. Oh, he just slides in and says, good morning, good to see you again. Looks over towards Shiv and like,
So Europe didn't
Shield
do
to
anything
try.
about your attitude toward tipping, did it?
You're so
So-
cheap, Chris.
Yeah.
no, I gotta save all my money for this little business venture. The opportunity came along. I'll just wait till she drops off the coffee before we start talking.
2 seconds later, she drops it off, and she stops for a second, hand on hip. Anything else, my beauties, before I leave you to whatever shenanigans you might be up to?
Oh, if you just tell the kitchen to whip up the house breakfast, you know.
Darling, today it's going to be pancakes.
Oh, sweet.
Stacks of pancakes.
With bacon.
Of course. There's no
Stacks
other
of
way.
bacon.
Can eat.
I'll give it half an hour so you can do whatever you need doing, and I will be back with it.
You're a doll.
You know it, and you better tip me. She turns on her heels. Sassy as
So-
hell.
So no Fizzy McFeel nice for you, Shiv? I would assume you would have some Alka-Seltzer or something after a hard night out, but okay. I mean, this is rather early.
I'm not sure if this is even
It
Shiv.
is.
Yeah,
Might be an alien.
No, I'm me.
acting very sus.
Very. Just you know,
Well,
I keep
What
both
can
my
I do
eyes on
to
you.
prove it to you?
Don't worry. I'll take
Smack
your
him in
word
the
for it.
face.
Anyway,
Shake them up.
what's the reason I asked you to come? A contact of mine offered me a job, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity for the three of us to get out of the funk, to get back on the saddle and back in the saddle and start putting the past well and clear in our rearview mirror.
I guess this job does not include driving pizzas for Domino's or something, does it?
Nope. It's a little bit more interesting than that. And I put my hand in the pocket and take out a newspaper clipping and shove it towards them.
Oh,
There's gonna be a opening at the art museum coming up soon, and there's one particular piece there that is of some interest to us. The client would very much like for the original not to be seen. And would
For the
rather it
original
up.
not to be seen.
Yes, we're not only going to take something, we're going to put something else back in its place.
Old switcheroo.
Ooh. A
You see what I
sting.
meant by classic sting? A little misdirection, a little left and
Now,
right.
this is
this
fun.
So,
actually sounds fun. Yes.
This is
I
fun.
really agree with you, Sean, but
The,
this
the,
sounds
the only
like
thing,
fun.
the only thing that will keep this up a notch is if there will be a car chase.
Well, the collection is kept somewhere we're at an undisclosed place. So either we are going to find it where that is and break in and do the switch there before the opening, or we'll have to take it in transit, which might be even harder, or we'll have to switch it at the museum as it arrives, somehow integrating ourselves in to be the reception party and make sure that our fake is the one that's carried up and put up, and the original discreetly leaves by the back door. Here's a little envelope that will specifying a bit more about the. We'll get more about the painting later, or what change is going to be made and what. But it doesn't really have to. It doesn't have to fool like art historians. We don't have to make a perfect, believable substitute. All it has to be passed for cursory review for the people who's going to see it. So it has to be like,
funnily enough, I have one of his paintings. Well, not his paintings, but I have one of his sketches at the gallery.
Well, like the owner or like by the painter who painted this?
By the artist.
Really? Well, that's straight luck.
Yeah,
So
this seems really weird because Jade, that's kind of the reason why it ended up in the girls' night is because I went to the gallery yesterday and Jade showed me this sketch.
So is
Of
any
this
good on this
artist.
artist?
It's exquisite. It's so beautiful.
Hauntingly beautiful.
It's actually something that I'm not sure I will end up selling. I might actually keep it.
Oh.
And I rarely say that about pieces at my own gallery, but yes.
So how much does these sort of thing go for then? I mean,
Well, I don't know about the rest of the collection, but let's just say I don't think... Well, you know Jade, she's not necessarily the bargaining type. So I don't know if we
that's true.
overpaid, but 75 was the current rate for that sketch.
So there's a sketch. So then we're actually talking
$75
really into six figures.
1,000?
75,000 for a sketch.
Yes.
That better be fucking lira.
No, US dollars
So what?
there.
You have a sketch, like not a painting, not a proper painting, but a sketch from this artist, and it's worth $75,000.
Yes. No.
Did you insure it?
Chris, we're not breaking into Shivs again.
No, she's going through the list of paintings through the ages and like which one might need to.
Shiv, we haven't broken into anything of yours since your 70th birthday. I can assure you that. But we're not breaking into Shivs again.
Okay. I will have to take your word, I guess.
Yes, I'm not lying. Or am I?
And even more importantly, did he read your diary when he broke in?
No.
That sounds more like something you would do, Chris.
I'll plead the fifth on that on the grounds that I might incriminate myself.
I don't think Sean would dare do that.
But anyway.
Because he knows what I would do to him if he did.
Yes, I read that. I mean, I did. No.
Okay, we're going to table this conversation for later. But we're going to have it later.
Okay, but so the point is, if you bought it, do you think it might been the sketch might have been sold from the same people who owns the
I mean,
this collection?
I don't know.
Could you find out who
actually-
sold it to it? Because if that is the same people who have owned it or sold it, we might actually be able to trace the
Do
location
you
of where
have,
they.
because you don't have that name, do you?
No,
Can I
You
can
have-
I
have
look
you
through the
opened up the
information? Yeah,
envelope
I'm
that-
doing it now.
no, but I don't have the name of her. Like, I don't have the name of the people who sold her.
No.
No.
But do you open up the actual information, Mrs.
Yeah, open up the envelope and hand out like the details for. Here's the details for what needs to be changed, like
Yep.
how the finished painting has to look in comparison to what the original looks like.
It
I have no
also-
idea why this is important.
No, it also gives an explanation of its Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. It's a vernissage, a big gallery opening. It's a black tie. It's high end. It's a copy of her invitation. Just to see, like, it's fine as fuck. It's high society event. It's in the Boston Globe. I think that's the newspaper, right?
I didn't note that on. Probably.
I think that,
Whatever
or,
you
I'm
say.
making- or maybe from a comic. Who knows? But now it's the Boston Globe.
Mhm.
It's the art event of the season. But it seems to have been sprung on the art community, because Santos, the collection, it so specifies in the article that it has been in a private proprietor, like a private collector's hands since they don't know when. There's been viewings of sketches, there's been viewing on singular pieces that has been like they've been detached from the main body of work, but the main body of work has always been rumored, hidden. There's been poor photographs of them, but it's said to be this was an artist of an era. It was active for 10 years and then he died horribly in an accident in his prime.
That tends to ramp up the price, doesn't it, to Siobhan, when an artist dies. Like
The
that.
body of work is deemed priceless, basically.
Yeah.
Apparently not, since your fucking sketch of it costs $75,000.
So we're actually talking the price range of the Madonna with the big boobies and that Norwegian
From
one.
Klumpf, yeah.
And the vernissage is next Friday.
Do we know how many painting sketches there is in this collection that's being displayed?
The journalist is speculating it's gonna be the most important pieces that has still like been kind of hidden, just barely photographed or mentioned by other artists that has viewed it. It's around 30 pieces.
Ooh.
Whew.
So why don't we
And how
just...
I can
large
just
was
see
the painting?
dollar signs in Chris's eyes.
Oh, it's money. You can't even, like, if a sketch is worth 75,000.
This is a problem with art theft. You can't really just sell and steal it. You have to have a buyer lined up.
You have to
Someone's
have a buyer,
paying
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
that sort of crime is commission crime. A lot of rich art collectors in Russia or like the Middle East that are just gonna have it in a private collection.
You need to have a
and,
Putin
like,
in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need to have a Putin in your pocket.
So that or is
Putin and the
insurance
Ritz.
scams. That's
Yeah.
essentially what that's a lot. I mean, look at the guy who stole.
But you,
Yeah.
Scream.
Yeah. Like.
but you said we have to swap out the original
Yeah.
before it's
We don't.
displayed.
Yeah, I have no idea why that's
Do we
important and why
know-
they need to change it, but it's apparently there's some sort of detail in the original painting
Very
that
specific details. It says remove a mole, change the eyebrows, change the hair color slightly, not too much, change the general proportions slightly.
I mean, only thing I can guess is someone else sitting on.
Is there a picture of that? Is it a sketch or is it a painting that we're actually doing?
There
or a
is
mixed
again.
media?
There's a piss poor photograph of the original.
Right. I'm guessing it's a lady since we have to change her face and expression. But
You can
is there-
see on the piss poor photograph, because it's grainy as shit,
Yeah.
because it's clearly taken in the maybe 1930s or 40s.
Right.
You can see it's a beautiful lady, long flowing hair. She's sitting, it seems like in a garden, because it's like a marble sitting area. She's sitting almost like she's not shy, but she smiles in a way that feels like, we can see it feels very warm, like it's almost like a photography, like it's caught in a moment when this person is smiling. The light feels weird because and this is Shiv sees this. The light seems staged. This is not daylight.
Right.
Either it's in fake lights outside, like artificial lights, or it's in a gallery. It's not natural light.
So there is color work on it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Bright colors. The gown is yellows and pinks.
So
like a long gown.
Right.
Empire waist. White gloves.
Right. Does it say anything about the information of what it's like? What is it actually made of? Like, what kind of method he does things in? Is it any information in terms
it's
of
oil.
this?
Oil.
Right.
Oil on the canvas.
Oil on canvas.
Like, I have no idea why it's important to do the changes. I can only imagine that someone has claimed to own a copy of it or something like that, then which turns out to be fake, and I want to make sure it looks like I don't know. Don't really care.
Yeah, that's strange. And she didn't really care if
it didn't have to follow, like, it didn't have to fool like dedicated art experts. Like, it didn't have to.
I mean, that's going to be hard by any means, because if we're painting something now, if we're doing something new now, it's probably going to smell like fresh paint in a week's time. So there's probably going to be a million things that you can take out of this.
Roll on this.
What int or
int craft, is that one of the new ones?
So not my art conservation, academics kind of.
Yeah. Have you specialized it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Do that.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3 plus 2 of those dice with dots.
7 successes?
So how many successes? 7?
Yeah.
All right. If you do this in pure oil, it's going to smell like a bastard. There's nothing you can do about that. But if the point is this, just you get away with it for a minute, acrylics. You have to be acrylics, because that's going to give it the shine.
Yeah.
But in close inspection, people are going to go, that's fake as fuck, because that's more plasticky. But with acrylics, you can get away with it, and it will dry overnight, and it will not smell.
Thank you. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to look like a beautiful oil. You can, and you say if you varnish it with like an oil varnish, you can give it the oil paint glow. There's techniques. She knows this. There's like she can't do oil because it's not going to dry. It's not going to dry. But it's a tricky job. It's a fucking tricky job. If this is the only picture you have.
Yeah. I definitely think that I might need to put some legwork into seeing if there's anything else from him we can get our hands on. But so change it. How do we get the original though?
That's what we gotta figure out, because we gotta swap it out. And I think unless we find out where it actually is kept, which might be a problem, because the principal didn't know this, which means either we gotta track it down. The other way I can see it is actually we'll have to be there when it arrives. For some reason, for some kind of way, get inside the museum to be there when it arrives and exchange it. It probably is going to arrive. Did it say specifically exactly when? Does it arrive the day before or on the same day? Did you specify that, Katrina?
She hasn't specified that yet.
No, which means she might not quite know 100% yet either.
As she said, like, this was just the first meeting to give you the job, and then her associates
So I'll get more information hopefully soon. But more context. This is just to get us started.
I could also just like talk to some of my colleagues and like in the arts and see if they know anything about this. In terms of where was it supposed to be displayed again? I'm so sorry. I wrote it down, but I didn't write it down.
Boston Museum of Fine Arts.
Yeah, because I do know someone that works there, so maybe I can get some information from him.
Yeah, I mean, you
I don't
have
know if he
excellent
will
reason as
work
well, since
this,
you
but-
currently just bought a sketch of the artist as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't-
So I think I might go there and maybe, I don't know, pretend that I don't have a certificate of authenticity. Can't say that word. Authenticity.
That is a silly word.
And just ask him to do some tests on this sketch or help me out on that. Maybe that can give me an angle in. And maybe we can get some information. I don't know. But I need, if I'm, yeah. Yeah, but the only name that I have, and I'm not even sure because Jade couldn't really remember much. I don't know why, but she got it through someone called Aaron Peterson. I don't know who that is. I haven't heard that name before, so...
Well, I could slip that name to, like, the employers, see if they can, like, if that rings a bell for my person who hired us. I might do.
Right.
Aaron Peterson.
Yes.
Excellent.
You're sitting there. You're sitting far away. You're furthest away from the entry point. You can slightly hear Angela talking to someone. Clearly there's the more barflies that's always there, the old timers and whatnot, and you can hear not screaming but high-pitched talking.
I'm looking out to see what's going on.
You see Angela standing there, hands on hips, and she is talking to a guy in a very ill-fitting suit. Early 30s, hair is very oily, combed back, shoes that are comfortable, not fashionable, tie a bit disheveled, and he's with a notepad and he's talking to Angela, and the old timers are like clearly angry and want him to leave.
Oi, Shiv. You okay?
Shiv. Not Shiv.
No, not Shiv. I mean Angela, of course.
No, she turns. I'm like, I don't know what to do about this. She's just like, no, they can't help it. You gotta leave them alone. She's like, can you just not? And he's like, this is serious matter, miss. Are you saying you're refusing to aid as a citizen?
Sean, go help her.
Yeah, I get up.
You want to help? I look to Sean.
Just 2 steps behind.
I'll keep you. I'll get you back. I got up and as he got up, Shiv can see that he's sort of rearranging small pieces. Got stuffed on in the back of his backside. Small pistol.
Oi, fucker.
This fellow is like 175, maybe 170.
So we're eye to eye.
Yeah, he's bearded-ish. It's more like a 5 o'clock shadow gun bananas. And he turns around, you see his eyes are tired, bags under his eyes. He's got... Well, you can do an insight.
Insight, of course I can do that.
Both of us roll?
Yeah. Because...
I'm just looking at the information in front of me, so I'm not participating.
Set roll. 1, 2.
Okay, wait. Maybe I shouldn't be using those dices, but actually the correct vampire dice. Ooh, I got a 6, I got an 8. No, that's wrong.
4 successes.
That's
2,
more
3,
than
4,
enough.
5 successes.
More than enough. You only needed 2. This screams detective. Overworked, underpaid, and rather young detective.
So, Detective Fucker.
Excuse me, citizen.
What's going on here?
I'm just doing some questioning. There's been a crime recently, and I'm just looking to see if there's anybody that would be willing to give me some information about people that were here approximately 3 nights ago.
Approximately 3 nights ago. Yeah, there were people here.
So, right, we're gonna do this dance then.
Well, you just told me there are people going here 3 nights ago, so yeah, I can confirm that there were people here 3 nights ago.
Like, there's been a very serious crime. Mister, who would I be talking to?
I'm Sean.
Sean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Detective Sweet.
Sweet.
Right.
Dude.
Not the first time I've heard that. Yeah, there's been a terrible crime. And I need to see who was around 3 nights from now in this area. If there's anybody who saw anything that could be of interest, any suspicious looking characters, anything that was out of the norm.
You know, this is one of the most popular rock and roll places in the area. Everything here is out of the norm. I'm out of the norm. You're out of the norm.
You hear the old punk guys like, fucking copper. They're angry as shit that he was disturbing their late lunch.
We don't like the norm.
Right. Basically, it doesn't look like he slept for 3 days. His eyes are bloodshot. He smells of coffee and sweat and cigarettes. He is a right mess.
So what are you looking for?
Huh?
What are you looking for?
Sean. He flips. Dempsey.
Most wanted man on my island.
You're
Fucker.
You're one of the shot callers in this establishment.
No, don't do shots. Don't do shots. Like to keep the noggin fresh.
He looks at the old timer and he's like, well, if I could have a moment of your time, Mr. Dempsey, I would very much appreciate it.
As long as you don't bother the clientele.
For sure. I don't want to bother anyone.
Let's step outside.
And you turned Irish.
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to find the voice of Sean.
Oh, cool. I'm into it. You step outside and he lights a cigarette immediately, leaving Shiv and Christopher inside. I don't know if you follow.
Yeah, it doesn't really need my backup in the sense that this is gonna. I mean, we're not gonna start in a fight, but I'll sit down by the bar so I can keep an eye on, like, look out to see in case Sean manages to get himself arrested. I mean, it wouldn't be completely unthinkable that he'll lose his cool and do something that makes him get picked up.
It could have happened. It happened before. It will probably happen again.
The guy brushes his hand through his very oily hair. Clearly he hasn't showered for 3 days either. There's a case and it hasn't hit the media yet, and I don't want it to hit the media. We don't want it to hit the media because it's going to cause a massive stir, and we're afraid whoever did this will be lost to the winds. I'm going to give you trust, Mr. Dempsey, because the ones who have been willing to speak to me have praised your word. Your name has been praised, that you are a good guy. Are you a good guy, Mr. Dempsey?
Depends who's doing the questioning.
You see, he picks up a Polaroid from his inside of his jacket, and he flips it. Are you a good guy, Mr. Dempsey?
Most surely better than that.
It's a female torso. Arms, legs are cut off. Head is cut off. It looks like clean cuts. On her belly are white pebbles in a spiral. Looks like she's in grass that's burned. It shocks you because it's so graphic. You're not really sure what you're looking at for a minute.
I'm rolling stamina. And I failed.
You hurl.
Yeah, I go to the trash can beside the entrance and I hurl.
And he's like, yeah, that would be a very natural reaction.
Who's
to
the girl?
seeing that.
Who's the lass?
I can't disclose that yet.
Any of ours? Any of mine?
No, she's
Because I'll kill the
She's an-
fucker.
no, she's a foreign worker, but was spotted in this area.
Yeah, a lot of foreign workers are around here.
Though basically, the last place she was spotted was outside this establishment 3 nights ago.
3 nights ago. Wasn't here.
So the last trace of this poor soul was here, Mr. Dunphy, and I have matter of hours or days before this hits the media, and whoever did this can go underground. I'm not gonna say desperate, but it's damn fucking close, sir.
Okay, I'll give you this, Mr. Dude.
Detective Sweet.
Yes, Detective Dude. If I find the fucker, I'll give you a call. Then you have a very, very short time before I kill the fucker.
Don't take matters in your own hands. There is a right way and a wrong way of doing this, Mr. Dunphy, and the law
And this is the wrong way.
must be upheld.
That's why I'm going to
No
give you
vigilante, Mr.
a
Dunphy.
call.
I'm giving you trust. I'm giving you trust now.
I'm going to give you a call, and then you have a very fucking short time until I kill the fucker.
He flips out a card. Because it's in your house, then. I've been told that you are a bit of a protector in this district, and this poor, young, 21-year-old girl got her life snuffed out by this psychopath. I'm hoping you can be of aid. Anything will be appreciated.
As I told you, I'll give you a call.
I guess that's more than I could ask. No more than I could ask. Please.
And if you
please
try
do.
to come back here, try to be a little bit more discreet.
I
'cause
haven't slept. I'm sorry. I know. I screamed the law, and I haven't slept for 3 days, and I'm running out of time, and my manners are not the best at the minute.
I'm
and
opening the door, and calls into Angela. Angie, could you please get Mr. Detective Fucker a cup of coffee?
To go.
To
she
go.
says. To freaking go.
Yes.
And you see,
Poor
he's
fucker
like,
hasn't slept for weeks.
you see, he
Probably
has a
doing
very,
drugs.
Right. Right. You're gonna be a shit about it. Awesome. No, like Angler just pours in a cup, smacks on the lid, and just shoves it in hands and walks back in.
So, Detective Dude. Detective Fucker. Here's your coffee. Try to be a little bit more discreet next time.
And please, he points at his card. That is to be used. I don't think it's the first time this has happened, and I'm sure as hell I'm terrified it's not going to be the last. And he nods to you, and he walks to a car, a brown Volvo sedan. and drives off. You guys have seen Angela pour coffee like she doesn't give a shit about nothing, and stomped like a drag queen on a runway in and out of the doors, like she has no fucks to give, and he could just fuck right off. How dare he come in here and hassle her people? Fuck him.
Angela, darling, I think Kiss wrote a song about you.
She giggled. Sean, silly.
I think I need a ginger ale after that.
And pancakes are delivered to your table with all the fixtures.
Thank you.
Kind of made me lose my appetite there, Sean.
Well, if you saw what...
Now, what the hell was that about?
Murder. Bloody fucking murder.
Detective?
Detective. Detective Sweet.
Odd name.
Very odd name.
Didn't look very sweet.
No, it was on the hush-hush, apparently. A young girl...
So, we're your hero?
A young girl was butchered. Taken limb from limb. The last time she was seen was here.
Oh, 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. I've got a dog doing something it shouldn't. Give me 2 seconds.
Gnarly business.
Jesus, what kind of place do you bring a son into, Sean?
But...
Life of a dog, Mom. I'm back.
Welcome
Yeah. Back in scene.
There's some sick fucks out there. Some really sick fucks out there.
Ritualistic?
Ritualistic was with white pebbles. It was like a spiral put onto her belly.
Damn.
Fucking sickos.
No arms, no legs, no head. Told the fucker, yeah, I'll give him a call if I find out who did it. Or if we've seen something strange, but...
Did you know
at that point, he'll have not a lot of minutes until I kill the fucker.
Yeah, just be careful. I mean, by all means, somebody should put a bullet in that sick fuck's fucking skull. But kind of people who go around doing that, they're fucking dangerous. You never know. Like psychopath, like completely different. Got nothing to do with humanity at all.
Did she belong here? Is she part of your community? Or
Come
this
again?
community? The girl, was she part of the people
Don't know.
coming and going here?
He said she was a farm worker. So maybe she's been in here looking for work. Maybe she's been here looking for a free cup of coffee. I don't know.
It's tragic.
Foreign worker.
Yeah.
Fucking Russians. That'd be even worse.
If it was the Russians, no, the Russians wouldn't do anything like that. Then she'd disappear. We'll never find
her. It's a warning of not, punishment killings, keeping people online. Make sure that someone else doesn't dare to do the same shit. I've seen those people do some serious fucked up shit. They're not human.
Now the Russians.
But yeah, anyway, I'll. So you will do the digging on that. So we can find more about the painting, and I'll wait for the call from the employer and ask them about this Aaron Peterson. That's right.
So I'll be the waiting getaway driver again.
Probably might need your technical expertise as well.
Okay.
When getting in there, and we got to find a way to actually manage to switch through the paintings one. So hopefully there are more details from about when it'll arrive at the very least when it will arrive at the museum. I guess the museum will have to know this beforehand.
Because it would probably be nice to be able to get it done before the actual opening. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. So hopefully, it's, I don't know, you know these things, Shiv, it's like, what you said, 30 pieces, isn't that something that's going to take time to arrange properly and all? Not something you're going to do last minute before?
No, they would probably do it the day before. Well, it really depends on the owner and what kind of restraints they have given the museum. Because they might like just, deliver them in the morning, but have the setup ready. So I don't really... I wouldn't know, but I'll see if I can find out. But I think the earlier we could swap it out, the better. But though, I need time to actually do the painting or the replica.
Yeah.
So there is... it's a little bit of a time crunch. I'm a little...
we can't really...
I'm not saying concerned, but...
Yeah. Well, we can't... Even if we had it ready, we couldn't like swap it up now because the owner would presumably be able to spot the difference. So
yes.
So we have to wait till it's like no longer in view of the owner until before
payment for this. I mean, if you know me, I don't necessarily know, but I really think we're in a bit of a time crunch. So I'm hoping that the funds is going to be sufficient for such a short amount of time.
Well, like I said, it had only passed through. It had to pass through the viewing. Essentially, I think the problem wasn't tricking the owner. I think the whole intention.
No. I'm talking about how much we're getting for this gig. No.
No, I'll fix that later on. I'll handle the finance deals. The principal didn't really want to meet anyone else. Wanted to keep her.
But you know the amount.
I've met the person, yes.
And you know the amount. Chris.
No, Elle said we have to negotiate a bit because I need to hear
I'm
about his
looking Sean in his eyes like...
Is that me?
So, probably need a new car.
First of all, how much do you need for expenses? I have no idea how much it's going to cost you to produce a fake. Like, how...
That... it will cost what it will cost, but I'm guessing we're not going empty-handed after the job is done. That's what I'm trying to get at here, Chris.
No.
And you seem a little less concerned about how much. That's not like you.
Are you too sick?
That I haven't agreed on.
I'm touching his forehead as well.
Everybody's a bit off today.
I haven't agreed on anything yet. There's been no set price.
Maybe it's me
Also
that's
because
sick?
I have no fucking idea how much this is going to cost.
Since when do you take jobs without knowing the price? Since when do we?
Since we need to negotiate, okay, I could have just set a price for them, and like if you guys would have been happy with it, we're fine. But we're gonna get money out of this. We'll need to just come up with a plan on what it's gonna cost us. I mean, yeah, sure, it's gonna be difficult just switching it. But my problem here is the painting. How much is that gonna cost us? That's sort of... I need to have some ball figure that I have got shit idea what it's gonna cost to make a fake painting.
$73,000.
Yeah, approximately.
Well, apparently 75,000 gets you a brand, like a genuine...
It gets you a sketch.
That's an actually genuine...
No, I'm just sketch. drawing numbers out of my eyes.
If we say 5,000 for expenses, would that be within like reasonable rates for the expense pot?
Yes, definitely. Because
so
we're not going to... I mean, we can't necessarily get our hands on super authentic material. Maybe we can get an old painting.
No, but like you said, you don't have to pass muster for the viewing. They didn't have to fool
the other
like,
thing
audit. So that's not a real problem. So if you say that, and we say around what, like $5,000 a pop ahead for the job as well. I mean, it's not really big, dangerous job. It's not going to be... It's just
well,
gonna be
if we
logistics.
have to get into the museum, there might be security issues that we can't foresee. Again, if we're swapping it out at the owner's estate, we have no clue who he is. We have...
No, but like I said, I don't really see you be able
There's
to do that anyway, because the owner knows the painting. We can't really switch the painting before it's left the owner's view. Otherwise, he's going to spot it immediately.
But for instance, like a good...
$30,000.
I think if like best case scenario
25?
might actually be to do it when they're moving the painting,
30.
like from either his collection, his place, his home. I don't know where.
Yeah, but then it goes from being a sting to being a hold up, and that's
no. that's not what I'm talking about. I'm still just talking about a swap. But if we were moving people, you were moving people, that could also be. So I don't know, but I'm just saying there is a lot, because we don't know the details. It's hard to put a price on that.
Yeah,
But
like I said.
we need to have a margin at least.
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't set up. I didn't want to set a price, agree on a price then, and then turn out that we'll end up spending all the money I negotiated on procuring the fake painting.
Sure.
But
40,000.
But I usually thought we got a payment and then we got expenses covered on top of that.
Yeah, like I said, we asked
Usually
5,000
how
for expenses, and while we negotiate our settlement, like a cut or separate.
We have a week, so you better start.
I'm waiting to be
negotiating.
contacted waiting for the more information, and I'll get you more information about the painting as soon as possible as well.
Do I need a new car?
Sean, you never need a new car. The question is, do you want a new
always
car?
need-
That's generally where
No, it's the
this is
other-
headed.
it's the
We've
other
had this
way around.
conversation before. We don't need to have it again.
It's the other way around. Don't want a new car, need a new car.
Well, your debates could go on and on and on.
Usually does.
Him deflecting and Shiv questioning and Sean thinking about a car. So basically, it's a run-of-the-mill discussion of a job, except for the fact that Christopher usually would be on the money like a bitch in heat. But this time he isn't, strangely enough. I am gonna fast forward a little bit as you do your daily routines after this lunch meeting until later on in the early evening when the sun has left the sky and Christopher gets a phone call. But before that, we're just gonna have a tiny little break. Just a quick one, okay, just a 5 minutes. So we can shake a leg, make a move, do what you're doing, and we'll be straight back. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, and welcome back from the break. We're gonna go into our next scene, and now it's an early evening. The sun has set, and the sky is clear, and there's a warm breeze. It's still a fairly decent early fall, and the temperatures are quite pleasant. And Christopher, your phone rings.
Falcone?
Hello, Mr. Falcone. It's Miss Masters.
Good to speak with you again.
Excellent. Have you met with your colleagues?
Yes, I have put together a little team.
Perfect.
They're in, so
That pleases me.
all necessary expertise should be ready to go.
Right. I would like you to meet up with my associates this evening. As I said, this is a quite delicate and personal affair,
Of course.
and I need to know that everything's going to go according to plan.
That's fine.
They are also quite handy and useful, and you will find that they have traits you might have need in this job.
Excellent. If you just could do me one small favor.
Okay.
If you could just let them know that if the question comes up from my associates, to direct all questions about my associates, I'll say the financial matters, the payment to me, that I'll be handling that for them.
Is this a bit of a problem, Mr. Falcon?
Not really, but I'd rather not disclose the exact nature of our deal to them. It's something I like to keep more closer to heart.
Right. I will not be viewed as an unfair person, Mr. Falcone, if this goes smoothly and according to plan. It's not impossible that I might be generous.
Well, that's very possible to hear, but I would of course not expect anything. I mean,
Of course. The job has yet to be done,
But I guarantee-
Mr. Falcone.
I'm confident that this shall be able to put off. Like I told my art expert tells me that she will be able to facilitate, preferably with more information if possible, about the original painting, a possible copy for the viewing, but it will not be able to, in such a time, produce something that will fool a closer scrutiny by experts.
Well, that's all I need, Mr. Falcone. Is there a location this evening where my associate may meet you and your colleagues?
How private do you want there?
Private, Mr. Falcone.
Well, one of my associates owns a private garage,
Perfect.
which is quiet, secluded, and shut off from private eyes. So perhaps there.
Excellent. Let's say in about an hour. Is that suitable?
1 hour. Could we make it 2 hours? Is that possible?
Of course.
Excellent. I'm not quite sure what one of them already started going after what she need for making the painting, and I'm not quite sure where she's at the moment, so I might take a little time to get her. So okay, 2 hours then from now. That would make it. Yeah, well, that's perfect.
Yes, I would make it 9 o'clock, Mr. Falcone, and my associates have more information about the job that needs doing.
Yep, I'll give her the address, which I'm not quite sure.
The address. I have the address, but I'm guessing Sean remembers the address. If not, I have the address. Well, I have the address, so I don't need the address, but I have it. But do I need it? Who needs it? But she has it. She has it, so she doesn't need it.
Yeah, I'll give it to her. I'm sure.
She's like, thanks. Bye.
And then I'll phone up Sean first.
Bring.
I assume the kid is not there anymore, so I have to get the phone myself. So it rings for a little while. Oi.
Had it in the engine? You had your head in the engine, I guess.
Yep. Twin turbos.
Is it okay? 9 o'clock meeting at your place with some of the associates of our employer. They'll be coming with more information and briefing us. I suggested your garage because, well, it's private and secluded, and it's our place, so we don't have to worry about anything. I mean, I had it over to my place, but you know what that looks like.
You're right.
I mean,
empty.
I have a share.
No.
Oh, glass.
Chris, that's a box. You have a glass.
Fancy district.
You have a glass and a towel in the fancy district.
Hey, it's shabby chic. And I'm standing by that. Okay,
Shibby
so
shack.
9 o'clock then.
Yeah, but of
I'll
course.
let Shiv know.
Of course.
Then he calls up Shiv and gives her the information as well, asks her to meet at Sean's place for meeting with the associates of the employer at 9.
Yeah, she gets
And then-
information.
And then he has to take care of a little business to get some spending money and some money for expenses for the painting and stuff like that.
All right.
So,
Okay.
he'll go to. I mean, it's a beautiful evening. People are going to go out. People are going to go to eat and going to be busy Saturday night out tonight. So he'll go to place someone of more fancy district where they generally don't go. So it's not known, and he'll find a busy restaurant with valet parking. And it's going to wait till it's getting really busy, just scoping out, getting a lay of land. And when the valets are the most busy, like having a line, cars ready to be valet parked, he's just going to walk over, open the door, pretend to be a valet parker, and I'll park that for you, sir. Escort them in, and, well, drive off in their car.
All right. Then I would like a roll on that motherfucker.
Yep, we're gonna roll that's manipulation plus subterfuge probably to
Yes,
pass
it
himself
is.
up or something. I mean,
Yes, it-
the best perfect is if you wait for, like, if you can see if they'll have often a little valet hut where they like store keys. They might even
Yeah.
have. I'm just gonna wait and see for till they're busy. Then I'm just gonna walk over and just pass them off as well. I mean, people don't look at the help. Like people go like someone
They don't.
if someone comes to the
we
valet
don't.
park in their car. So yep.
I would still like a 3 on the diff because it's
Yeah.
a move.
Oh yeah. It's brazen. It's the sort of thing you
It's
do
very
when you're in the future.
brazen. Frickin' hell.
Let's see. Yep. 3 successes. Yay.
Well, it's a yuppie, young, early 30s dude with this bombshell on his arm. He's driving a Porsche, 911 Porsche, turbo.
So we'll smile, open eyes, got them. Have an excellent evening, sir.
It's
Madam.
bright red because it's a penis.
And then I get in and I just drive towards the valet. We're valet parking it, but instead of turning, it's gonna drive straight at.
All right,
And it's
but you
gonna drive
gotta-
to.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
gotta do a getaway drive because still
Yeah.
your adrenaline is going.
Yep.
And so it's gotta be-
Driving is that dexterity or wits plus drive? What's
I
the?
think it's a dexterity thing still.
Not really matters. It has the exact same thing.
Yeah, a Porsche is a dexterity. A
Yeah.
turbo
Yeah.
is it's a dexterity.
Yeah, because it's a beast.
It's a beast. It's a widowmaker.
How many successes necessary?
3.
Yeah. Got it. 3 out of 3.
Yeah, well,
just-
you
I only got 3 dice. That's why I was worried. Like if it doesn't, probably like when he like starts off, it's really slow, so that's okay. But when he's
You
passing
stole the car!
but he's passing the because you're gonna drive towards the valet parking, right? But as soon as he not turn right into the parking, but go past,
Yeah.
then he's just flooring it. And Porsches can be a bit temperamental or keeping on the road when if you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very
So, like-
temperamental. It's fun to drive, mind
Yeah.
you, but it's temperamental.
Oh yeah, so I like
It goes from
for a couple
like
of blocks,
that
like boom, like and then ease down.
Oh,
And
that
it's gonna
sounds-
drive it to one of his black market contacts. And see if he can offload it. Probably not gonna get a good price for it because it's not asked for it, but it's like this sort of a shop. But
I'm
it's,
still
it's-
actually though dropping off a 911 bright red Porsche.
Yep.
It's still gonna. Can you, Ion, give me a price on that?
Remember, it's stolen, so it's not gonna be.
In 96.
In 96.
Converted to US dollars.
I probably wouldn't get more than $10,000
Yeah,
for it.
that's what I was going to
Probably
say,
most.
around 10,
Yeah.
because it's boosted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
boosted.
Yeah.
But still, it's that's not bad. That's gonna cover the expenses part at the very least, and possibly one of them. If I manage to sell them at doing the job at 5,000 a piece, I'm only 5,000 light of getting being able to pay them all. Money.
All right, okay. So you drive there in style. You drop it off at the booster place.
Yeah.
10Ks in your pocket, and you have to a cab.
Yeah. Not only have to get a cab, but I also have to pay with my own money, not money I actually has made.
In the meantime, though, Shiv has made her way to Sean's place.
I have called and set up a meeting at the museum with my dear old school buddy that works there.
Yes,
For the next day.
For next day. He says,
Yeah,
can we
yeah.
do lunch, please?
Yes, definitely.
So 12 o'clock at the gallery.
Yes.
Museum, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, you hear the telltale sounds of Shiv's bike as she glides into your lot.
Oh, I like that bike there, Shiv.
I like it too.
There's
I mean,
There's
what you
two-
did to it. What you did to it. Really, really. Yeah, I don't want to drive anything
quite
else.
there with it. I want to widen it to a 335 with rear wheel tire, and yeah, I want to put in a turbo.
Maybe we can do a second?
We can.
That would be nice.
It's a sweet Street Fighter. It is.
But it's so sad because my car, my Corvette, it's just sitting there. She's not getting anything right now.
No action.
No, but
action
it's-
for the
No
Corvette.
action.
Shiv, a
You have
Corvette.
Christopher. He needs a.
No, not my Corvette.
No, the Corvette is a brilliant car if you're going straight ahead. If there is
Yeah.
one turn, it's bye. You know this, but it's pretty.
It is. It is.
You
It's my baby.
you
was
make
my
it look
first-
good.
As you talk, you hear another car. And Sean, you know, it sounds like a cab driving slowly up, and you hear like thanks, and then slamming on the door.
I've split the money into 3 envelopes, one envelope for 5,000 and 2 envelopes for 2,500, which I'm gonna claim are like advances, and I'm gonna hand it out after the other people are left after we're done with the meeting. I get in. Evening.
What is up with today? You're always late. Or is that me being early?
Yes, it must be like opposite day. Oh my god, I've become Shiv.
Where's your tube top?
And your sweet ass ride.
Well, you know that parking isn't particularly great where I live. It's quite a narrow street.
You don't own a car.
Are you inside the garage or outside the garage?
No, I think we're at just in the doorway with the garage door open, and you see my cabriolet Volkswagen Bug just on the inside, standing there with the engine out and a lot of things around it.
As you do so, again, Sean, you hear the sound of a Mustang.
Now that there, Chris, is a car you should get.
Sounds big.
Oh, it is. It's big ass diesel engine.
350 Boss, I think.
A mere 2 minutes later, or less, a minute later, you see it comes up real fast, and it just like tugs in slowly into the lot. Pure black stained windows. It's a nice piece of machinery. Muscle car.
Who are we meeting again? Who's coming, Chris?
The associates of the
Associates.
employer. They might we might need their technical skill, or they might have technical skills to offer. We need the extra help, a pair of hands for the job. And they also bring in more information about the details.
I mean, information I like. Let's see how they measure out in terms of assistance.
But I've never met these people here. I've only met the employer. These are not known to me.
But you trust
that. Yeah, these are not known to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I trust. I trust the. I put complete trust in our employer. If that person vouches for these, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
The driver, not the driver's seat, the back, one of the passengers' doors opens up, and what looks like a young girl with curly hair and purple and green colored streaks in it jumps out in an oversized jumper, weird colored stockings, and army boots.
And the one thing that goes through Chris's mind when he sees the person jumping out, like,
Pippi Longstockings.
I just fucked myself.
Yeah.
It's really fucked myself.
I have utter trust in them.
You fucking tit.
Yeah. On the driver's side, a tall fellow, dark curly hair, pale skin, cool eyes, dressed in a black t-shirt, black leather coat, and black pants, steps out very calmly. On the passenger side, in the front, another gentleman, long hair, scarred, also in leather jacket, black t-shirt, denim pants, steps out. They have presence. They stand out. It's a weird gang.
So Pippi, Fabio, and that queer feller.
Yeah.
That's some sort of 80s reject.
Yeah.
Music band.
They look fascinating. It's a weird trio of. This is not what Christopher expected.
Say hi to the obvious player characters.
I'm just looking at you, like at Chris right now.
Like I said, Chris, like the people, Chris is composure resolve is his like forte, but those who know him can easily see like his demeanor is like, I just fucked myself. Fucking tits. Like, yes, you might need help, and yeah.
Are they good looking?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They are very very handsome.
I turn to Chris.
I'm like almost yeah. Let's see.
If they
Well, fucking what?
if they I whispered to him, if they now start speaking French, I'll kill you.
I'm just like wondering if I should roll
German
for
is the
Shiv
right
not
way.
to be flirty, but let's see where this goes.
The long-haired fellow with a big scar on his face looks around. Christopher Falcone.
Present.
Right, and he steps over, and he goes to shake your hand.
Yeah, I'll go extend my hand like politely and a firm but polite grip.
Yeah, you feel a very firm hand grip, and he's like, Dean Thompson.
Pleased to meet you.
This is my associates. This is Aidan Price and Trixie.
This is my associate, Sean Dempsey and Siobhan York.
Pleased to meet you, he says.
Shall we take this inside?
Most definitely.
And
He leads on. The Aidan character, he looks very suspicious. His eyes are narrow, and he almost had a glare of disdain as this little person called Trixie grabs his hand and like jollily jumps ahead.
And as they walk in, Chris thinks, what the fuck did I do in a previous life to deserve this?
I'll wait and be the last to go in.
They have a weird presence, and they're fascinating to look at.
So fellas, wine, coffee, brew, whiskey.
No, I'm good. Yeah. The Trixie says, "Oh, do you have Coca-Cola?"
Do I have Coca-Cola? Sure do.
I like it because it's got bubbles and they go up your nose. It makes you feel funny.
This is true, lass. This is true. I bring out a can of Coke. Diet or sugar?
Whatever has the bubbles. She just looks around the garage and she starts poking at stuff. She's let go of the Aiden Price's hand. He looks miserable. He looks like a sour grape. He's got a glare of disdain, like contempt on his face. But this is not amusing, and this is fucking stupid. It screams off his face. By Dean seems more calm and friendly.
So, you brought some more information for us?
Yes, I did. I'm also to get an understanding of what is the plan.
Well, it depends a bit upon the information you have for us. We are particularly interested in if you know at what time the paintings will be arriving at the museum. The day of the exhibition, the day before. If anything.
Or
Yeah,
even better, who has it right now?
I still could not tell you. It is hidden from us.
Right.
We are exploring possible avenues of discerning when they might arrive at the museum, but we have yet to. Well,
I have that, more or less have that information.
Excellent.
Dean says.
Depending on that might be rather pivotal whether we exchange the painting there or try to do it beforehand.
He leans on one of the high tables. He crosses his arm. I'm guessing Ophelia told you that there is this enemy, if you like.
Yes. That she's one that's unknown to her, exactly who, but that someone is moving against us, what I understood, yes.
I don't know how forthcoming she's been with it, to be honest. I fear she has played it down.
All she said was that she was worried that this was part of, like I said, an enemy's plot, and that he needed the painting substituted with some alterations done to it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I'm afraid she's playing down the danger element of this job.
I mean, I didn't catch the enemy part, but is this something that would interfere potentially with the job?
Yeah, it seems like she's left something out.
Does this mean we have to arm up or go faster?
I don't think she understands the severity of the situation. I think she's hopeful that it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
Well, that might change things in terms of financials,
Not gonna be
I
easy.
guess. I'm looking at Chris.
You hear a high snuffle, like from Aiden, as he walks around as well, like looking at the cars, looking completely uninterested in this.
Well, like I said to her that if she learned more about this enemy, that might be something we could be helpful with as well, but that would change the nature of the job if so. I mean, from our perspective, the agenda is substituting the painting with another.
Yeah. I can tell you this much, Falcone. This unknown enemy, and that's the only description I can give you at this point, will expect an attempt to hinder this painting being viewed.
Oh, well, that's
I can tell you, hand on my heart, that it will be expected. I'm also expecting that on the night of the viewing there will be presence watching her because she expected to be there. Not expected, demanded to be there.
So we're talking about like a grand reveal of the painting then, probably? Like some sort of a maximum shock value, sort of...
This is staged for exactly that, Mr. Falcone.
Well, that's...
Without me telling too much, and she's not telling you enough.
Well, anyway, that does make it easier, because then it won't be... Then it probably will be covered in some way up until the grand unveiling. Which makes... gives a bit of a leeway to want to do it.
This
I still
painting...
have no idea why this is important, but...
I'm sorry, but this painting, is it one of the big unveils? Is it the crown jewel, let's call it, of this collection? Or is it just part of the collection?
Without saying stuff I should not say to you. Your name.
Siobhan York.
Miss York. Let's just say that it will be devastating and harmful beyond repair if it's viewed for Miss Masters. Someone with great means have put this whole ordeal in motions to harm her.
And you clearly know who.
I do not know who. Then we would not be here, and you will not be a part of this problem. Again, you hear Aiden. For fuck's sake. Dean, these, look at them, Dean. They're fragile little things.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm Aiden.
And I'm not your sweetheart.
Why are we even doing this? If you just let me, and then you see Dean, like, you just need to shut the fuck up for a minute. I can't deal with you right now. And he turns toward you. Apologies. Emotions are running a bit high at the minute. You can see it's affecting all of us. I hope you understand that we all are personally invested in this going smoothly and without any hiccups.
Oh, no offense taken, I'm sure Mr. Price is just anxious. I don't know.
He looks at you and he smirks.
But I do for sure, we are perfectly capable of handling this. I mean, fragile. Well, let's just say that appearances can be deceitful.
Well, Miss Masters, Ophelia has spoken highly of you. Even though your last job didn't really go according to anyone's plans.
That is life. There's always an element of uncertainty. And he starts and Chris was really biting his tongue by not throwing in Mr. Price's face that, yeah, but I'm fragile, maybe, but we're not the one who brought a fucking kid to a meeting. Well, but it's like deciding best just not to ignore it. The things you don't understand, sometimes it's best just to ignore. But one question though, if the only object of this is for the painting not to be viewed, is it paramount to have it suppressed? Wouldn't it just be easier to, have it destroyed on sight?
There is elements to this I cannot disclose to you, Mr. Falcone. I can only say that is the premises of this job. And you have to accept it for what it is. That is the job.
Well, it certainly makes it more interesting anyway.
It's Miss Masters' prerogative.
I do have a question though. This collection, the owner of this collection is not mentioned in the files.
No.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Okay.
I try to keep an eye on the two other character is the little girl and this Aiden father.
She's touching everything.
But I'm keeping my ear
She's looking
in the
at like
conversation.
she's on like a computer thing. No, like one of the radios, and she's opening it up, and like she's in there and doing things to it.
Now I'm just going to see to look at her and see what she's doing. Also trying to keep an eye on that Aiden feathers that's working around. But I'm keeping my ear in the conversation.
Yeah, he is actually constantly, slowly circling you. 3.
Don't like the fucker.
Christopher looks over towards Siobhan and looks over to her and leans in and whispers to her, should we ask about Mr. Peterson?
Yes, that would be my next plan of action.
I'll leave it to you, Shiv, to do it.
So you don't know the owner of the collection. Do you know who's been peddling the collection? Do you have any information who's been selling it or any information? Because
but it hasn't been sold.
Well,
This is Dean.
one
It
of
hasn't
his
been
sketches.
sold.
Okay, but one of his sketches has recently been sold, and
What?
the name
He
of the
What?
yes, and the name of the contact, the man who sold was Aaron Peterson. Does that ring a bell for you?
No.
This is not a okay.
Dean shakes his head. No. So we have a piece.
Yes, I do.
Okay, it's not uncommon. We know the premier body of work is in its
Captain Entirety?
it is in entirety, but that would be sketches or smaller pieces, of course.
Yes.
Still
No,
one
it's
proper boss
my
that,
gallery recently purchased one
Well,
of
that
this. It
is-
was just a strange coincidence, or a lucky coincidence, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I do believe in coincidences. I do not inherently trust them.
That is very strange. You see skulls over at Aiden. That's very strange. Right. We'll leave that as a coincidence for now.
Well, let's see the information you brought with you so they can share. Let's get it on the table and see if we can't formulate a good strategy based upon that.
Right. We know that the collection has been here for around a week's time. The location of the collection, we do not know. The proprietor of the collection, we do not know. So, can't really put any more light on that. We know for a fact that the collection is going to arrive first thing at the evening, 6 o'clock on the night itself.
Okay, so they're gonna more or less immediately carry it into the museum and put it up and
That's not a long time for the
Not at
exhibition
all.
people to
Not
actually
at
put it
all.
up.
do you
Wow.
know whether or not it will be put in place by owners worker or by employees of the museum?
We know for a fact that the director of the museum has the schematics or Polaroids pictures of the collection, so he knows the diameter and where the different paintings are going to be hanged.
Well, that might make it a bit easier. Yes. Does that also? But that also means that probably certain pictures of that should disappear along with the painting. Then, I mean, if they have a actually photocopy of the original painting, wouldn't that potentially be just as harmful as the painting itself?
Again, it's going to be as you saw what you were given, these grainy images that
okay.
are not really telling.
But
Oh, so they're not better quality than the ones we already
No.
have.
No.
But it will have the
Right.
dimensions attached to it, like all the...
Yeah.
So, well, that we'll need to get a hands on, of course, where in the museum is going to be placed. But you do not know whether or not it will be physically carried from the arrival hall by employees of the museum or...
It will arrive. I know it's a security team. I've been hired in.
Name?
Of the
Of the
security.
Yeah.
It's actually tech security.
Right.
Well, how long is the painting supposed to be there? How long is the exhibition to?
The exhibition is for the weekend. Then it's packed down. Where it goes next, we do not know. Back into the private collection.
Siobhan? If
Yes?
you make a copy of this painting,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, do we necessarily have to exchange the picture the same then and there? I mean, what if we don't actually steal the original the same night as we leave the fake one? What if we just put the fake over the original, come back later after it's closed, and take away the original then?
That's most definitely idea. Dean jumps in and says, but it's very important that we get the original.
Oh yeah, but it would be easier to steal the original when there's closed it after the first opening than necessarily actually be able to switch the. Of course, if you can find out exactly.
I mean, there will be high security in that museum.
Oh yeah.
And if we're already on the premises and they're able to place the copy there, might as well steal it.
Yeah,
I can
but you have
tell
to
you-
come up with a large. How large is the picture? We don't really know that either before
one
we
by
have
one.
the. Mm-hmm.
He says one by one.
Okay, then it's not too bad.
I know this also for a fact that there will be a viewing. So they're going to start the event in a different part of the museum before they do a grand reveal. I know the director of the museum wants to do a speech because it's such a grand affair to have this Santos, this body of work being displayed. They're going to milk the publicity as much as possible. You might have a window.
I mean, technically getting it out of the frame is not. I mean, box cutters. Done.
Expect
I see
cameras
see
and
Siobhan
alarms.
wins just at the idea about it. Like, it is the quickest way to do it. Just cut it right out of the frame and put the other one up.
There will be cameras and alarms.
Yeah,
Security.
because I'm thinking security here. I'm sorry, but Chris mentioned that you guys had different areas of expertise that you might be able to actually participate or assist.
Security at that level.
What are those? I'm just curious. Do you want to walk us through it?
Exactly would you be needed? We are here.
Well, I mean, it depends upon the security alarm system. I'm guessing it's going to be connected to, like, removing the frame itself would probably set off the alarm, or if it.
And humidity
actually
sensors
like,
and heat sensors and a lot of other things that.
This is when actually Sean sees that then Trixie comes over with the radio that she's turned into now a police radio where you can listen to police.
Turns the scanner.
She turns her into a scanner.
This girl.
She just gives it to you and then she goes off to something else. She did that in 10 minutes.
I think this girl might be a savant or something.
Look over.
And Dean says, technical computers, she is, what you say, a savant.
Well, that might be handy.
This is handy.
How old is she? I'm sorry, that doesn't really matter. I'm just curious.
Then you hear Aiden, shouldn't ask a lady's age, Miss York.
Want some more bubbles, lass?
He snarks. looks at you up and down.
I'll look right back at him.
So they're having a stare off. And she's like, I like bubbles up the nose. Yes, please.
I go to the fridge, try to find whatever has the most bubbles.
I thought you offered her champagne. I was like, what? Please.
No, the champagne.
She might be 35. She's very difficult to age.
There must be some seltzers that's got the way.
Oh my gosh, she sits there literally with a straw up in it and sniffing out the bubbles. It's weird.
No, I like this girl. There's something about her.
So she's the brain swell, and you're the muscle, I take it? What does he do?
You point at Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
An unwilling participant in this shit show, Miss York.
Good to know.
Probably the minder.
I have no faith in your guys' capabilities, he says deadpan. I think it's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think you gave us the job, so why should we really care what you think?
Lady raises an excellent point.
You better be successful in this.
Oh, we intend to.
Oh yeah, you better be.
Or what's going to happen then?
You might be in for a very rude sarcasm.
No, that's the Britons.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll scold you to death. No. I guess you have an understanding, because you're like I don't know, 3 musketeers or whatever the fuck you guys are.
Well,
We are like a band of brothers. Fuck with one of mine, I'll ruin you.
I like the cut of your jib.
Is that fucking clear enough? Seth?
I like the cut of his hair.
How queer.
So,
And he says it like stone cold, like, you fuck with one of mine, I'll ruin you.
Yeah, I can understand.
I'll do an
this,
insight, see how he means it, because he probably means it, but I just...
he looks like...
Is he just saying it to intimidate us, or is he saying it because... Yeah.
It felt heartfelt.
It felt heartfelt, yeah.
So...
Oh yeah, he was like...
Alright. But his intention behind it, was it to intimidate us? To
No, it
shock
felt,
us?
it was like... No, yeah, it maybe it was a bit of shock. Maybe it was a bit of posture, but also he's... you get the sense like he needs you guys to know he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't believe in this.
So you are the mouth. Got it.
He's the
Mouth.
mouth.
Brains, prawns, mouth.
Let me put it
You
this
see-
way, Mr. Aiden. We're fun-loving criminals. We do this here for fun. We have a laugh doing this. We enjoy doing this. Some of us are in it for the money. Some are in this. Some of us are in it for the fun, and we just love this. This brings out something in us, and we're good at it.
I look close at the frame of the... Like, ignoring them, I just take up the picture we have of the painting and look closer on the frame in the painting. Is it elaborate?
I'll give you a description. I'm just gonna do them first.
I'm going to spend the next 5 or 10 minutes to just look at the way Aiden moves and behaves and try to find something on his character I can steal.
To steal off his person?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. No, he keeps distance, mind you. He's not going close to any of you. And then these like fun-loving criminals, he's like, yeah, it might be fun and shits and giggles.
But mind you, we take our job very, very seriously.
Yeah, because this person that you are doing this job for, she's dependent on you three. And I'm not in the driving seat. I'm just here to make sure that this shit show don't hit the fan with hellfire. And then you hear Aiden, you need to shut your mouth. This is not your fucking scene. You back off. And you see them both staring at each other for a minute, and it gets real uncomfortable.
It's at
you
this
see them
moment.
staring at each other like they're right before they're gonna go at it.
It's at this moment. It's the right time to steal something.
No, because they're very you can't just go board like boop boop doop.
No,
Oh
but
my
their
God.
focus is on each other.
No, but you do. They like you have. That's no.
Okay.
That would be dumb as fuck. You will get this as a Sparta in your face hold if you try.
The only
right
thing
now.
I'm running through Chris's mind is, no, I completely trust them. If the
No, but
player
you-
voices for them, if the players voices for them, I have complete confidence in them.
Yeah, but what you feel is them two having a very private conversation, not saying anything in front of you, and you feel like, I'm not into this. It's awkward.
Yeah, I'm going for the wine rack now.
And when it stops is when Trixie jumps in and she hugs Aiden's waist and she said, "Don't do this now, please, Aiden." And he looks down, he strokes her hair, and he's like, "For you, little sister, for you." But you see he snarls when he looks at Dean.
Anyone else want a glass? Trying to break the tension that I helped create.
Yeah. You were looking at the elaboration as she gets the wine on the frame.
Yeah.
So
Is it
Oh,
how long? So paintings, is that's one by one? Is it a large, elaborate frame, or is it a simple, like that?
With different tiers.
Okay. Would it be hard to get a? Is it? Looks like you could buy something that looks similar like to that.
Oh, you could buy this in any thrift store that likes fancy Baroque frames if you just paint it correctly.
Great.
Because it's more about the tiers and the diameter than the decoration itself. But this is made of pure
So one-
beautiful redwood. It's handcrafted. It's not like a copy.
So one by one. So like one by one. I'm assuming that's 1 foot by 1 foot, or is it like
Meter.
1 meter by 1
I
meter? 1 meter
use
by 1
meter.
meter?
Yeah.
1 meter by 1 meter. So it's so it's fairly large. So it's like like a tray sized, like a rolling tray sized. I'm just thinking. Chris is just thinking about ideas of like rolling a tray, like a trolley with champagne glasses or possible flankers on, with a like a folder, like something white over it, like to cover it to make it fancy. With that, where the fake one is sort of is the top. Take off, then you put the other one down, and also functionally the painting is the top of the trolley. You just roll it on by. The way to get the fake in, the close, and get the other one away, which leaves the problems, of course, of not being seen doing it and the alarm. But that's definitely
And
one way of
potential
doing it.
security at the door if they have that, because we don't do.
The dean says that I can help with anything that, anything that hasn't to do directly inside the museum.
but you're saying this.
There's a reason why you've been hired. Is a reason why we cannot directly be a part of the heist or the switch or whatever, how you want to do it inside. We have Aiden here, even though he's a very unwilling dick at the minute, has connections and capabilities to help create distractions and etc.
But you're also saying that there is enemies.
Most definitely, and I would expect them to be around the collection, and definitely they're gonna be there on the night.
So
Will you be there?
this might go from being a heist to being
to a chase.
a chase to being
Yeah.
a bodyguard mission.
It could easily go that way.
Why I see it, if we're gonna do if we're gonna do a switch inside the museum after the painting is right, we will need a distraction. Probably them believing that what they're expecting might happen is happening, but happening somewhere else. So we might need some fall guys, someone to just make them believe that something is happening, so we can do the switcheroo. And then you definitely gonna need a fast car for getaway, Sean.
Yeah, I don't have the right car at the moment.
I'm trusting you can get one in time for that.
Yeah, but that will cost probably around between 10 and 20,000.
If we're buying it.
No, if I'm building it.
Do you know if there will be security? Like, this actual collection, it will be locked for anyone before, or do you know how many?
I can tell you this much, and he leans on the table. Dean does. It's so highly secured and hidden from us, and believe you me, even though it doesn't. And he's then scowling over to Aiden, because he's just like, again, shaking his head. Like, what the fuck are we doing? We would, in any other circumstance, be completely capable of figuring this out and taking whatever we needed taking. But we are up against someone that knows us. We need someone they don't know. We need like a white bunny disappearing in a black hat. We need the magic trick. We need smoke and fucking mirrors where we cannot do it. I know it's so hardly. It's yeah. Fuck, he says. I wish I could say more, but I cannot. I cannot, he says.
Well, that's fine. So, but you can the expertise cannot be involved directly in the heist, but you could presumably, if we need you to, let's say, disable security and surveillance at the museum, that could probably be arranged from outside, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Then he points at Trixie, and she's like, "I am very good with computers and thingies on that you know the purple place where line goes." And they speak in little thingies. I know them.
So that will help. And we possibly arrange a distraction if we need it. Get someone to do that. Since it clearly can't be yourself, but get someone to do that. Then we might have a chance of...
Aiden says, a distraction I can't handle. Not on the venue.
We might need that. We might need that to... Generally, a good switch, good smoke and mirror switch requires a distraction. Make someone believe that something is happening somewhere else, so they're not that focused at the exact moment we're going to do what we need to do.
Can we, for example, make Shiv look like this client and run off on her bike?
What now?
You're a fast driver. You're a fast distraction. And that bike can't be out. You can outrun anything.
I do have an invitation, but okay, yeah. Do we have any information in the dossier about catering company?
Guess who it is?
Our good friends at Royal Blue. Okay, cool.
So essentially, what we need to know. We need to know where the paintings are going to, where the museum pieces, or where these exhibition pieces will be placed, where that will be. We'll probably need, again, like you said, the knowledge where they're going to be serving refreshment, where there's going to be staff. And we should find out, did you know the name of the security company, or is that hidden from you as well?
Tech Security.
Tech Security.
They are, and you Christopher, you have heard of them. Because they're very good at surveillance, but they also have muscle.
So like armed response.
They have ex-military. They have like the black ops dudes, the dirty ones, like the ones that have gone like deep. Nobody was there. Nobody knows. The ones that in and out. Spooks. Scary dudes.
Probably going to be tough to like do the switch while the painting is on the move then, because they're going to probably have fairly good control of the convoy, like the vehicle, like getting in and out of that to make the switch before they arrive at the museum is going to be tough.
Yeah.
First of all, we would need to know where the route they're taking, where they're going from, and we'd have to be able to do it without them discovering it, or else we would be turning into massive.
But you also understand why, if the collection is worth the amount
we're
talking about.
Yep. So suddenly kind of like just, I don't know, int last or something like that, to see if my assumption that actually is changing, like switching the painting probably would be easiest to do at the museum or en route, depending on what's.
I think you don't even need to roll on it.
No.
I think that this is you thinking it's a calculated, like, your
Risk.
skill sets. You're not like you're not a team of 20 fucking spooks.
No, like we don't have to. Yeah, that
You
would
are-
require like taking by force, and that's how that's.
Yeah.
No.
Now you are. That's kind of what they also are saying. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody's
Nope.
gonna expect you guys. Nobody's
No.
gonna expect this.
So we're gonna do it other there. So then I suggest we do it like.
It's like right under their noses type
Yeah.
of deal. Like they're not gonna expect that.
So
That's
distraction.
what you
We need
feel
to take out
confident. Yeah.
take out the surveillance, take out the alarms, and a distraction that enables us to just quickly take down the painting and put up a fake one.
I mean,
I think
you
that's,
could probably go in as I don't know, with the staff, the royal
Yeah.
blue staff.
Yep.
Then get the
Blend with
the
them
painting
and then-
the mark into the car and fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact, if this is Dean again, Trixie here, I know how she looks. We are not naive.
She
She's a
made
savant.
this.
I know, she's a savant.
She's
Um,
this work is brilliant in this time frame.
Right, and she will work under pressure, and I know she probably sparks a bit of terror that she will not be trusted or trustworthy. But believe you me, she's committed to this. And then you hear, yes, sir.
Christopher's just gonna take this little sort of way of exonerating his words earlier for the day, like like I said to my colleagues before you arrived, that I have utmost faith in the capabilities of the people we were going to meet. I'm sure that we will not be sent. Philip would not have sent someone who were not up to the task. Well, and he'll smile at Aiden.
You see, he stands there and he's like, he's like almost like challenge accepted dick.
I'm gonna.
When you do that, you see him turning over to Dean, and he speaks in a language you don't understand.
Even do we
Does
recognize the
anybody
language?
have? Oh,
What
well,
happened?
we got a little
Oh.
bit of glitch.
You're both back.
Yeah, we're back.
You were all there, except
Have
for
you
Malena.
all have linguistics?
I do.
Nope.
Yeah, no. Nope.
No. Okay. It sounds Germanic. Like
It's not
Germans-
Italian. That's what
No.
I would recommend.
Yeah.
French and Italian. It's not, as long as it's not French. That's really actually the only important thing, that it's not French, because then Sean is going to kill me.
Because
Germanic, you said?
he speaks to Dean in another language as he looks at you guys up and down. You see Dean, and he looks back at him, and he almost like muffles under his breath, and then you see Aiden just. Right. Okay. Okay. If you're willing to take that risk, Dean. On your head it falls. He turns on his heels and goes towards the car. Again, they did something clearly private right under your noses, like right in front of you. You see, the Trixie person is like, ooh, as he doesn't know, like, Oh, that's
Go
your
or
call.
stay.
Chris will be calm, but I'm gonna move myself so that I have all three of them in my field of view, my back.
No,
I think that's
2 seconds, because Aiden goes into the driving seat, Trixie jumps in, and Dean's still there, like, I do apologize. It is, as you clearly see, it's a bit of a personal matter and a bit emotional. It's very important that this goes according to your guys' plan. It's trusting people that we've never met. It's trusting something so precious for us in your guys' hands. And clearly we need a bit of adjusting. Some of us adjust quicker than others.
I'll assure you that.
But the danger element of this is going to put the price up a little bit.
I do apologize
And
for
there
my
is-
rudeness as
There is
well.
also
No need, Miss York, at all. I understand that this is... We are trusted upon you as well.
Not used to people second guessing our skills in
I
that
get-
matter that he is. And
I
I
would-
should be more professional holding my tongue
You
in
see
the
him
presence
like,
of him.
I would be terribly offended myself. I know my capabilities, and I see that you are proud and strong.
Likewise. And I
I mean
appreciate
no
it.
offense.
But yes, Sean, you do make an excellent point.
The danger element, yes. I am afraid that Ophelia, Miss Masters, is a bit naive compared to the danger element.
But the danger element is going to, there's going to be a little spending money.
I wish you not to take this with her. I wish you to take this with me.
Because there will be
Do
a
not
need.
mention the danger level to her. I will be adamant, and this might feel like you are betraying your employer. By extent, your employer. I am also a part of that. If you feel like you're betraying trust of whoever contracted you. But for this to go okay, she need not know the seriousness of the situation.
That means I will be in contact. Can I be in contact with you sometime
I will
in the morrow?
I will leave all the contact information for me. I'm not easy to get a hold of, but I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can, and I will compensate you for any danger. I promise you. I ask you to be honorable in the fact that the lady Ophelia Masters is not privy to the pure danger.
You have
Can
a
you
word.
respect
We'll fix that. That will not be a problem. If you can handle the recompensation for the danger element, we'll agree to do the job for a much more, what should we say, easier fee. Otherwise, keep it informing her that we believe that will be easily done without any big risks.
I do not wish that you feel you are betraying anyone's trust. This is for the greater good.
That's
Promise you
perfectly
this.
right. We've been hired to get the painting, and we'll be doing that just exactly that job. So in no way or shape do we betray anyone. We just spare a lady worrying over something that's not needed to worry about.
Or you can
Thank
see
you,
this as
Mr.
2
Filton.
jobs in one day. You
I
hire
like
us
how you think,
to
Mr.
do
Duncan.
security, bodyguards, getaway, transport them.
Because I am afraid it's going to get much hotter than we possibly can imagine.
I take that to mean that as soon as they realizes that the painting is been switched, they won't necessarily bother screaming theft, but they'll take matters into their own hands to procure.
I can promise you this much. Miss Masters will be watched the entire evening.
Well, will be working to our advantage. The more the eyes they keep on her, the less they will be looking out for unknowns such as the three of us.
I'm thinking that maybe, as Sean mentioned earlier, that I should probably be there in case anything happens, so I can actually contact you too.
I know I need to report back to Miss Masters about our discussions right now. She might have something to say about what's going to happen and how.
Certainly.
And she might acquire another meeting. We'll see. We will relay whatever we've talked about now and your plan so far. I would want to, regardless if she does or not, to reconvene tomorrow, giving us a little bit of time to think and process what's been planned.
And it will also give us more time to actually get some more details.
As again, like I am working the best I can on finding out more about this under me, but it's very hard, and I'm not sure if it will be revealed in the time frame we need it. Oi.
Well,
Mr. Did we lose an area?
We lost.
Yes, we did.
maybe time for a break?
It's a time for a break because we're having some technical difficulties. We're going to have a little break, but this is good. We'll have a little break. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, and welcome back from the break. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. Well, it's part of the game.
Sometimes you just disappear.
Sometimes you just disappear, and dogs bark and walk around and make funny noises. But that's how it is in this media.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are back. I'm gonna quickly round up this scene. Dean says, "We'll stay in touch. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Do what you can. And hopefully this will go without a hitch. We will not have another Paris."
No.
I look at Chris.
Of course.
He nods. He turns on his heels and he walks to the car. The car is already now running.
Of course.
How
You
many?
can only imagine the conversation in that car.
Did I, by the way, pick up anything from their conversation in, I guess not, because you just said Germanic or...
Did you roll on it?
I didn't because you didn't ask me. I could have. I would have if you had asked. Can we do it?
Does he have any language skills that goes towards the more...
She has French and she has, I would say, like a little German, but she doesn't
Alright, okay,
complete.
but you can do it in present tense for sure.
Okay.
I need
Cool.
3 to 4 successes for any meaningful information.
Right. I have 4.
Oh. You got tidbits from Aiden. What you heard was like, really, you claim that you have true love. These human meat sacks. Saviors? I think not. Too much trust.
Okay. I tell
You-
the boys.
Yeah, but you had something from Dean as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was something in the midst like you don't know your place. How dare you speak? You know nothing.
Definitely some hierarchy. Masculine show off. I tell you.
What?
You sure you got that translation right? I mean,
Meat-
Wilhelm talks
meat
about
sacks
meat bags,
human.
humans. I mean, maybe you should.
I
brush
am
up on your
rusty.
German.
I am rusty. I mean, it's not like I have a dictionary in front of me, but still.
Well, I
that was like
once
the
knew
gist
this.
of it, and it matches up with the man.
Could he meant meatheads?
Listen.
As in.
No, but I once knew this transvestite. He or she always referred to heterosexuals as mortals. Maybe it's just a queer fella.
Maybe.
Mm.
Rude
But the
as
room-
hell.
As they
Regardless.
leave the room though, and this is also palpable, but because it's been such a weird, they are weird. The whole situation was strange. There was a different energy in the room when they were there. But it was almost like the feeling of you're gonna do something super exciting. There was energy in the room,
Mm.
and when they leave, it's like that whatever that scary, beautiful, horrifying, intoxicating thrill leaves.
But there's all of Boston. Now about Paris.
I'm afraid that rumor has spread far and wide.
Fuckers.
Hmm. Yeah.
But how would these guys know? I mean, they're not your typical run-of-the-mill criminal guys that would get that word.
Chris,
Would they?
are you trying to hide your face now?
I'm just gonna look at them. I have no idea how they know, which is technically true because I have no idea how they know.
No, but I'm going to roll.
Everybody can roll on each other here.
Wits insight.
Do it. Do the thing.
Strictly speaking, I never even
3.
told Miss Masters that it went bad, did I? She just knew when we got back. Did I tell? Because she seemed to know what had happened there when I met her last time.
Oh yeah, she knew.
Yeah, so
yeah.
so I'm technically I'm not lying. I really don't know how they knew.
Come on. I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know.
4.
3.
Christopher, you have to roll. On
To hide it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I thought they just gonna find out.
No, you can be cool as a cucumber. I will
Well, I
not.
can try.
Oh, I actually forgot
4
one die.
successes.
So I would have 4 as well.
Oh! No, he sits with it.
Huh.
You do not catch on to it.
I'm gonna, but I will be, try to discreetly change the subject. Well, it appears that the job is more dangerous than our employer told me, or even seemingly what our employer even knows. But well, we let Mr. Thompson compensate us for that, and compensate us handsomely for that.
Do you think is he like a security man? He
Clearly
seems to know a lot about this
security or
threat.
fix-up, perhaps. You know, he's got a bit of a fixer feel from him.
I have no clue what the other guy did, but I guess his little sister is a wizard of some sort.
Yeah.
Did you say, what did she do?
Hacker or something. Proper
Right.
hacker.
You're still looking at what she did with that radio, and it's like you can't understand how she did that.
No.
You're like, what the hell?
Anyway, before they met, I talked to our employer about the money situation, and I got, and I put in a $5,000 envelope on $5,000 for expenses. We can keep whatever we don't spend out of the expenses on that, and I got secured ourselves some $2,500 in advance payment for the job. I had them each an envelope.
I thought you said you hadn't negotiated with them. When did
No, I'm
you
going to talk to her
when did
if
you,
we were setting up this meeting when she called and said I fixed it. Since you adamantly
did I
asked for
see
money.
Dean give these envelopes
No,
to
but
Chris?
that's not what he said. He said he arranged it earlier.
Oh, okay.
When I talked to our employer who said we were having this meeting today.
Right.
Right.
So we let, as I said, we let Thompson Hamsley compensate us for the danger part. That is, it's clearly more here than we first told. And if they don't want to worry their boss, that's fine with me.
Can we go over what we're thinking about the job?
Certainly. I think if you're having a meeting at the museum, anything you can find about the exhibit. I mean, even if you get a maybe you even can get if you can manage to get a glance at the plans for the.
I mean, it would be strange if the senior conservators, doesn't know of what exhibitions and the details that would be there. But then again, if it's such a high security, if they're not actually doing any work on it, I don't know. But I will ask. Let's see if there is any information that we can use.
Because what I think might be the easiest way to go forward with this is we're gonna need this little lady to take care of the surveillance and the security alarms, so we don't have to worry about either of that. That leaves us up to do the actual switch in a sleight of hand, quick manner. I suggest we actually have a ready painting in a frame, so we can just take down the whole thing, exchange it with another one. Which would guys have a? That's why I thought about a trolley or something like that we can hide it in. You hide the fake one, trolling it in, and.
But would you go in as
I'll weld up something.
Yeah, something that we used to pull like
one by one, and then
to be
I'll
how do you get in?
fit it underneath, right? So we can have drinks on top or something like that, and we can just pull it out from underneath. Like a little
so you will go in as waiter staff.
Probably the easiest.
Yeah.
We could also do it as part of moving trolleys or workers. If we could get in there as workers for the museum, if the museum are the ones who's gonna actually install and move and stuff around. But probably easiest to do it as waiters before the people arrive there, because we're also gonna need a distraction, something that's gonna take physical eyes off what happened there, and that's when I'm thinking if they are anticipating something's gonna be done, if they think that what they're anticipating happening suddenly is happening somewhere else, someone else than us, we can get them to respond to a non-issue.
So they didn't. So Mr. Price, he could arrange distractions, but not on location. So that means that we need to do a potential distraction
not
yourself.
Inside the museum, not inside.
So
I'm
either
thinking,
we have to come up with
I'm
something.
thinking my work in this on this day is mostly in the last part of the action. Getting said woman away
If it comes
from
to
the
that.
museum. This
I
time,
really hope it doesn't come to that.
German car, not
So I
French,
think they were like,
not British. German car.
but did they know that when they discovered what happened, they would necessarily go after her? I mean, are we certain that is?
He sounded afraid.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean, better safe than sorry, but... And
Yeah.
if not, it doesn't hurt to have a great car to move you out of it with the original.
Yeah.
because I mean, if they're going to come after us, I mean, it might be a problem if she's expected to be there, we're all eyes on her. Then suddenly getting her and the pacing out of there at the same time might be.
Do you have to do that? I mean,
No, hopefully we'll just switch the painting. Hopefully we get the painting out of the room, out of the building before they
Yeah.
discover what's happened.
hopefully the only one you're driving is the painting and Chris, right? But it's again, if we don't know what's going to happen and what potentially can happen, I think maybe that's something we need to discuss with them without letting her know that we.
Sean, do a wits insight.
Okay, I shouldn't have started eating candy. I can't stop.
3.
You're standing there listening to them, and all of a sudden you hear static noise in your ears, and your head feels heavy. And around you, you feel you swaying, and almost like you're looking down, and all of a sudden you feel like the floor is covered in blood, and people are screaming.
If he's swaying, do we see this?
No.
No.
You hear screaming, pitch screaming that almost sounds like gallops. At that moment, you see him swaying. All three of you have a massive headache. It feels like the air's going thick and liquidy, and there's a screaming sound in your ears that trickles into, like you feel the do-doom of your pulse in your ear. It feels like horses are running. And then someone's screaming. Who's screaming? Sean, is it the girl screaming? Why is she screaming so loudly? Is she calling your name? And when you think you can't take any more and your brain's gonna explode, you're sitting in a car. All three take stamina. Welcome back to reality.
With 1 hunger die.
Yes, you do.
What do I do?
Oh, you get a 2.
2
You
successes.
get another you get another hunger die.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Fucker.
One success.
What do I? Because I'm just rolling normal,
Yeah.
right? I got
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, you get a hunger die.
Thank you.
One success.
Do I swap it out?
You get a hunger die.
Swap or add?
Add.
Okay.
Add, okay.
Yeah,
Or do we add?
Swap.
You take out a black
Yeah.
one, in with a red one. Shit's
Right.
gonna get like you boys with 2 hunger dices. You feel like your insides are now almost like in fire. Like it's trying. Like your guts are trying to eat itself. You feel like your mouth is wet and dry at the same time. Your gums are hurting so much. Like there's something pushing out. It feels like your jaws are like it's moving upwards. And like you can hear and you can smell your own hunger, and you feel like you're about to lose your fucking shit. Like you wanna just fuck something up. You just want to eat the world. It's that feeling you just want to consume something, but you don't know what it is. In that fucking moment, you're back in the garage. For Shiv, on the other hand, you feel freaked out because your body is doing something. You don't know if you want to eat something, fuck something, tear something to shit. You feel like your hands are like the instruments of something, or your mouth. You could do like it's primordial. It's beast-like. It's like something, a Shiv inside you is screaming and clawing at the back of your eyeballs as you come back, and then she's like, she's sucked in. It takes you boys longer. It's like you're thinking, I'm gonna kill everybody in this room, and then it's like you shake out of it, but you're shaking. And you guys were in the car. Christopher was outside the car in the garage.
So we're still now.
Yeah, Sean, you feel like your face has changed. You're freaking out. Your face has changed. Your face has changed, and you're like, my face has fucking changed.
I flipped down the mirror.
The split of a second, you saw something snap up in your mouth, and your eyes were different color, and your cheekbones were higher, and it's like you just smack it down because like, what the fuck is that? You saw someone that's not you but is you. Your shadow self, your dark self, your beast look back at you, and it's shocking. For Siobhan sitting in the front seat, you just saw him do something, and he smelled something really hard down, like almost like the car shakes. Christopher on the outside, you're like, I don't know if you'd fallen almost to your knees or holding onto the car. It's almost like you're making indent marks with your hands on the car.
Probably like fall to knees, like you're grabbing the because it was towards the back, right? So it's probably grabbing the rear bumper.
You can almost see indent marks because you pushed so hard, and that's not, a human can't do that. It's powerful, but it's scary as shit. There's something in you guys that's turning and waking, and it's scaring the living shit out of you.
And we're remembering what we just...
Oh, you remember everything.
Flashback.
You remember everything. All of what you just saw, you remember. What happens after that, you do not remember. You can actually hear snarling from Christopher for a second.
Okay, somebody did something to us.
Get up and
Sean, are you okay?
You feel like almost like you're like wraith, like you're white and scary and dangerous.
I don't want to look in the mirror.
I walk up to the side of the car. Stand there and I sit down on a...
Which side of them?
The passenger side.
You see,
so my side?
Yeah, you see, Siobhan's hair looks more glistening. I don't know, just different. Your body is different. And again, because she doesn't breathe, she just shakes.
Is the window of the car rolled up or down?
It's up to her. Up.
I sit down and I crouch down, look in the window, look at her, and look over to Sean as well. And I pressed up, and it's quite obvious that it's that close that if I still been breathing, there would have been like breath forming on the window, but it doesn't. Just look at him.
What is happening to us?
The beast is in full form. You managed to contain it, but this was just a taste of the beast. The beast is just knocking.
I opened the door.
I move away when she opens up.
It feels strange when you do it. It's like you're still getting used to that your body can do things. For you, Christopher, you feel like you're on the precipice of either releasing something beautiful or something horrible. You're not really fucking sure at this time.
Those fuckers, they knew us.
You remember too?
Yes.
Art heists?
Do you remember what happens there? I don't. Last thing I
Blank.
remember is talking in your garage.
That was Dean, wasn't it? Was
Yeah,
that your
that's the-
Dean? That Dean?
That was the
Dean.
guy that you saw remains of upstairs.
For a minute, Sean still looks a bit different. It's like almost like when you guys are looking at it, you see his bone structures clicking back.
Oh.
Maybe because he's like bald and stuff, it's just easy to see like shit. It's like
If I can, I'll actually touch him because I think it's really interesting.
That feels invasive, Sean, actually.
No, but
Just
I let her.
Oh, you're fighting an urge.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to attack or bite.
Yeah. It's just you're struggling. You're still having the aftermath of borderlining the beast.
Shiv, right now, there's something inside me that either wants to rip you apart or drink all your blood.
I'll just take my hand back.
But that
Okay.
resonates within you. The hunger he spoke of. The emptiness that you feel in your, I don't know, heart, guts, inside.
I think Crystal turned away. He caught himself looking a bit too intently on Siobhan's neck.
Jesus, to both of you.
But as I say, this is like when you're now starting to calm down. It's I'm just gonna say you're not gonna go in a frenzy or full blood
No.
rage, nothing. But please play on the fact that you borderline waking the beast proper. This is just the beast knocking on the door, and this is how bad it is when it's just knocking on the door.
Are the windows in the garage like you towards in the door? Like is it
No,
like a solid garage door, or the one with this?
solid.
Yeah, so it's not.
This is a vampire house. That's
Yep.
solid.
Walk over towards the entrance, put my head forward to it and just try to come down. Try to just push whatever is fighting me to, just wanting me to rip someone's throat out and just push it back in.
And it's complicated because a side of you is terrified of losing this control, and for Christopher, like losing control
Yeah,
that would
like
be catastrophe. But also, it's intoxicating. It's absolutely liberating. But the consequences of that liberation horrifies you, thinking if you let go, what will be in this garage.
Not. Don't eat your friends. Don't eat your friends.
No, it's just like you have to think like I love compassion. That there's like you think that almost
Because when
like
she was
they might-
stroking him and you see her wrists, it's just like it's very, very tempting.
shit's about to get hard.
Jesus, let's just don't hope we'll end up. Oh Christ.
You two in the car. Shiv, you went out of the car.
Yeah, I'm stepping out of the car. When
It's
he
like
says that.
your fingernails look like fucking glass. It's like you're just completely aware when you're looking at them. They look like they're harder. They're stronger. Like you're stronger.
I don't know what to do with myself. I think it's freaking me out.
Is Sean getting out of the car when he's calmed the beast?
When it's come the beast, he's stepping out.
When I hear Sean stepped out the car, I'll turn around, look at them.
I would have to say for Sean, actually, you felt that the beast, almost like you had a name for it, like it named itself to you.
The beast?
Almost. Your shadow self.
One
It
thing
didn't
is
feel
clear.
so different. It didn't feel so alien. For them, it feels different. For you, it felt different. Not that you know. It's just because the beast is a bit different than the clans.
No, but it feels familiar.
Yeah, it's like almost like it came and it's like it whispered its essence or presence. But danger, nonetheless, very dangerous. Because you don't have the skill set to control it. Or if you ever will.
I need fresh air. Is there a button for the doors? Like a
Yeah.
thingy with
Yeah,
a
but
button?
you actually see when you go over there, you see Christopher, he's leaning his head in that direction.
Yeah, and
Like,
I'm pressing the button. I need to get out of this closed space. I think the way that I'm feeling right now, the changes I'm obviously seeing, experiencing, together with the information that, fuck, we've met these people before. I wouldn't say we knew them, but obviously there is more to the story than what we knew.
because now in your mind you know exactly the timeline you lost. Because you got a specific date. But now you know you have lost 1.5 weeks. Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. One thing is certain. Our feeling of lost time is worse than we thought. And then again, how can we believe anything?
Where is
Any
Trixie? She was here, was she not?
You hear the door open. It glides because it's very modern and nice. The night air, because it's still a lovely soft warm breeze comes in, and you get like the intoxicating senses of the garden. You can actually feel like you can smell the night sky. You
Going
can smell
outside.
it.
Going outside.
And you think, oh my god, why haven't I smelled this before? There's beauty in it. There's beauty in like the most like dirty little details of the world has an element of beauty to it. Like the concrete, like the earthworms, like all has its own exquisite sense of self and being. Like the air, the dust in the air. It's very clearly like, I don't know, to be born doesn't even justify what you feel. Just as brutal and terrifying, and just as bloody and goring, and just with as many screams.
Take a step or two out in the clear air as well, following behind Siobhan. Can you see any other buildings or houses from there?
Of course you can. It's a big driveway,
Yeah.
but on the other side, there are big houses with great estates and gardens around. So you don't have. If you shouted really, really loudly, maybe somebody heard you.
But I can't see another living person
No.
at the moment.
Good, maybe.
Living person.
Yeah.
Living. If you even think it, it feels almost preposterous and bizarre now. Living.
What do we do, Chris?
It's like, what the fuck are you?
Shiv, you're an artist. What the fuck is life?
Well, I turn towards Sean. At least we're not meat bags anymore. Those fucking fucks.
You actually laugh, and for a second you see canines, because Sean has permanent little canines now.
How cute.
You're like, Sean? When did you last see a dentist?
They're not full, but they're bigger than normal.
Yeah.
Is it
He has a
threatening seeing this?
wolf
Like,
grin.
does it seem like...
You know
do I
him.
interpret... Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
it's like if a friend gets new teeth, you fucking see it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like Playmo teeth. You see that when he smiles, they are white, and you see like the canines are protruding. Because he's
But
got a
does it
very
elicit
big
like
ring.
fear? Is it like, do I fear for a second that he's ready to...
No, it doesn't feel
No.
like that. It just feels
Okay.
like his natural state now.
Okay, well, that's better. Then the banter was suited.
Because it wasn't like grrr. Because you saw Muriel when she did it, when she worked up and
Yeah.
like she went full nasty. He just has a bit of canines. Just gives him charm. For other people, they're thinking, "Oh wow, that's different," but it's not
But,
Breach.
Yeah, you're gonna spend a fortune on Colgate, mate.
So maybe I'll make this
They
a fashion.
changed our minds. They erased time. They changed our memories. They made us
Was
forget.
such a douche.
And is it more than we know?
Probably.
Were we even in Paris?
Maybe it's something else that triggers our minds in here.
Maybe it's what happened to us, so that means, and that's why the fog lifts.
Or maybe it's that wee little...
Where
No,
is
that's-
she?
Monster did to us up there.
The wee little changeling.
He was. could be her.
I'll say her name really loud. Like I'm not shouting, but I'm trying to.
You should like Trixie.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Right.
Quiet.
You definitely feel the essence of the danger upstairs. It drips through the ceiling. It drips through the house. You know very well that this cold shark-like creature has not left. And the night is not over. And
Do
you
we-
have yet to be judged.
Do we tell them? Is this enough? Is this what they want?
We'll see what we'll see. Like I said to him up there, I had a feeling that they'd known us for longer. Well, that turned out to be true, didn't it? I don't know what he did to you guys, but I had a distinct feeling that he had a bit of rummage around up here. He might not know more about that than we do.
What the fuck is going on?
Judging our fate.
I still don't get it. Why us? For a paint job?
The painting, do I remember it? Do I remember seeing it? Or do you still just remember the grainy photograph?
You still just remember the grainy photograph. You feel now, because now you have been acutely aware that your memory has been basically been shredded. Things been taken out, put back in place. You very clearly feel now. Somebody's ripped. This, I remember to this, then it's dirty, dirty darkness. You're very aware. That time
question
is missing.
The question is why? To what purpose?
I'm wondering what we've actually done this week.
Well,
Chris, you remember for a second when Ophelia looked at you and said I'm so sorry. I wish I had time. Now it like you get almost like a chill down your spine and you feel, why do I care so much now? It boggles you for a minute because actually now you get a teeny tiny feeling of sorrow that she's gone.
feeling slightly disgusted with myself for
Giving a shit.
Yeah, actually, like you're for succumbing to that weakness of caring of someone who he well, not only don't really know, but clearly has gotten him in up to like might actually got him killed. I mean, he might still be walking around, but he might very well be walking in dead man's shoes. Like, last technically she did kill me.
It's very confusing, as it should be.
But what time she could have had. That's what he doesn't get. If she wanted more time, why have they taken time away?
That boggles you. It's... Why? Take your memories.
You must have
To what
seen
purpose?
something we weren't ready for.
Oh, there must be something more in this here place.
You shiver for a second. You hear this faint tune of a violin playing. Almost for a second you feel the soft touch of satin or silk underneath your fingertips. Sweet lips on your cheek. And all of a sudden you hear someone whisper in your mind, "I'm not the true villain." And it leaves you.
I sit down, like if I'm outside the garage.
All
I'm
of you
guessing,
outside, because
I just kind of like lean
what the fuck?
to the wall and like sit down, like you're sliding down, and I'll pick up my sketchbook and I just do a little sketch. I need to just put some thoughts on a paper.
Chris suddenly remember what he asked Sean just before the sound of horses. Turns around and go back in, walk with the car, and I pop the hood. No, not the hood, the boot. And open up and see if there's anything in the... No, that's what it's going to do, see if there's anything in the boot of the car.
You know what? It's cleaned out.
Like fresh smell, kind of cleaned. I'm guessing something not particularly great happened at that. Sean?
Yeah.
The meeting, you remember, with Price and Thompson and Trixie.
Yeah.
You said you had an idea for a car.
German. Audi. This one. The RS6.
Yeah.
Fastest fucker you can get that's not a Ferrari. Perfect getaway car. Station wagon.
And clearly can drive with several bullet holes in it.
Of course.
You hear movement from the garage. You hear JJ's voice. "Children, where are you?"
Down here, Auntie.
She gives a painful grin. He requires you yet again. There's more questions to be answered.
I think I'm so zoned out that I don't actually respond or react to that.
You boys walk, but you see she's locked in a drawing frenzy.
I stop, return, walk over, sit down, like hover above her. You give her a second to finish the drawing, and then I put my hand on her shoulder. Siobhan, we gotta go. I help her up. Walk back, put my arm around her shoulder, walk back, and when I come up to Sean, I'll put my other arm around him. Well, since this might be our last time,
Nice knowing you.
it's been an honor. I will walk up.
Follow.
This is the last pause. I'm just saying this is the last pause. We're going to go into the last scenes of the evening. So this is the last little pause, because we had an unwilling technical one earlier. So this is scheduled last little pause. So we're just going to have a quick 5 minutes, and then we're doing the last scenes of the evening.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome back from the break. We're going to go into our last scene of this evening. We left our players as they are to reascend into the living room where a certain monster is judging their fate. So we're going to go directly into the scene as they go up the stairs, following JJ to go to the kitchen, and they enter the living room. The room feels just as you left it. His presence is thick. It engulfs the atmosphere. You're very aware that you have very small fishes in the proximity of a very, very hungry shark. He sits perfectly still in the chair, almost beckoning you to sit down in the sofa in front of him.
Comply. I'll take the far left side of the sofa, leaving space for the others to my right.
I'll take the first away from him space.
I take the far right to put Shiv in the more protected middle seat.
So you're pushing me away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Muriel and JJ are behind them towards the patio doors, where you still can see the burned carcasses of the lovers. When you look at them now, you feel different. It's actually much more scary to see them now. There's something inside you now that's screaming, like, silently in terror. Could that happen to you now? Is that your fate? Do you go and kiss the sun if he deems you unworthy?
Signs point to yes.
He taps his very jagged long fingers on the suede sofa, almost enjoying the silence in the room, the thick, uncomfortable silence. Trixie is nowhere to be seen. I have viewed the tape. I have read said letter. I am yet very puzzled and confused about your existence. Clearly you are not anarchs. That I am very much sure of. But there's still rules to our society. There's still traditions and ways that which we do things. But I am a reasonable man, above all. Do you have anything else to declare?
May I talk?
Of course you do, Mr. Dunphy.
This very hour, we had a very strange shared experience in the basement.
He looks puzzled.
Down there is a vehicle that I myself have built. I recognize my handiwork because I'm bloody good at it. Sitting down inside this car, all three of us had a shared, almost like a flashback. This car was a trigger of our memory returning to us. we met these three. Our sires, so you call them. We met them 2.5 weeks ago. They asked us to do a job. We are... How you can... we're thieves. You want something, we'll take it. And we'll give it to you for a price. They wanted something for a price. And it obviously wasn't theirs to begin with.
What was this price?
The thing they wanted, a painting.
A painting. You see almost like his ears get a little bit longer. And it's creepy when his eyes go a bit larger. Because it's almost like they don't fit his skull when he does it. It's better when they're narrow.
Shiv.
JJ, hold a minute, Mr. Dempsey. JJ, would this be the museum situation? You see, she looks even paler than before. There was an incident, yes. Yeah, and Ophelia went missing for a time. And he's like, wow.
This, may I speak again?
Oh, please. Please. I'm all ears.
This Dean, he was very afraid something would befall Ophelia, his masters. He hired us to keep her safe in case anything would happen at the museum.
And did you keep her safe, Mr. Dempsey?
Of that, I have no idea. It seems as...
But you just remembered, so why...
Up till a certain point.
You see he narrows his eyes, and the room shifts, and he does something.
There are
And
still...
He snarls, but you feel like enormous pressure on your skull, on your brain. Almost like you feel his fingers inside it. And he retracts.
It is almost like my brain is still covered by a woolly blanket.
So this mystery has levels for you three.
I'm a curious fucker. I want
You're
to know.
telling me now someone stole your memory.
If you remember earlier when you asked us, I told you I had a feeling that they knew us from before. I can only guess that intuition were these repressed memories calling out.
It's like he looks like that. And then you hear JJ actually, surely, Duke, this must sway in their favor if they have had their minds altered, if they have been taken away understanding of reason and choice. You cannot judge them harshly. They must have a day of reckoning. They must have a conclave. They must be able to fight for their existence. And he just snaps his finger. Hold on now, Sean. speak when you're spoken to. I'll indulge this game, this farce, this commedia dell'arte, if you like. Seems that your memory is trickling back in this new stage that you are in. I cannot seem to penetrate it. I'll see if it grows to fruition. You got an understanding and a memory when you saw something in this house, did you not? Am I mistaken in my assumption?
There were absolutely something in the vehicle.
Are we in agreement? Siobhan York, the girl with the letter, the one without reason.
I've just been looking at, Shiv's just been looking at the floor this entire time. I don't know anything more than they do.
Come again, child, I can't hear you, speak up.
I don't know anything more than they do.
You see he points at the letter on his lap and he taps it with his fingernails. An eternal creature proclaims his undying love and burns for you. And you claim you know nothing? Ah, your life hangs in a thin thread, little one.
It doesn't make any sense. None of this does.
Love. It's like a scuffle. It's like it's such an unnecessary emotion. Look at the catastrophe in the name of it. It should be a learning experience for you three if you survive this night. Be better than the ones that came before you. Weak, breakable things, clearly they were. You can see JJ and Marielle behind them, and they look fuming. It's like they almost for a split of a second, they're contemplating, should we go at him? But they don't. Alright, we'll play this game. We'll see if more memories pops up before I make my judgment. Well, it's not gonna happen if you sit staring at me, I'm sure of it.
I arise.
Find another little corner to see if something pops up. At least it's entertaining. We'll see what your destiny holds. It just feels revealing to get out of his presence because he is vulgarly using his force and power.
Getting up and following Sean.
He sits back.
Yeah.
Smirks.
Leave.
So where in this house?
I go out in the hallway, turn left, and I land right and walk up the stairs.
I follow Chris.
It feels like all of three of you, feel the need to be with each other.
Well, we're in the same boat.
And as
Are
you
we?
come up, almost up, to the second floor, and you rush a bit, Christopher, but you can take a wits It's help me out. Insight.
Two successes.
All of us?
It's like, yeah, him first. It's like you just rush to get out of the presence of that.
Yeah,
horrible-
that, and I thought putting one floor at least between us was also a good idea. And since we've been downstairs, that denoted going up.
3 successes.
2.
It's like he's almost standing up, and as he looks up, in the end of like the step where you get to the second floor, there hangs the painting. And when you see it, you just your mouth drops open, not just because you see who it is, because it clearly is Ophelia in all her glory, catched in a moment but in oil, where she's clearly smiling playfully at someone, almost as he just sat down in like a very like empire waist dress, gloves, like she just snuck away from a ball, just sitting like snuck away with her lover in a garden, just smiling in a beautiful intimate moment. It is like somebody took a camera and just when she's perfectly content and happy. It's eerie, the resemblance.
Do we all
It's
see it?
basically, yeah, it's like he stops when he sees it, and then you come to it. There she sits. The painting, the infamous painting, is here.
Shiv.
We stole it.
That we did.
Looks like it might need a mole over there.
And a change of hair color. And a nose job.
It's perfect. She's
How-
perfect.
How
1820.
did you know, Chris?
1821.
Did you know it was Ophelia when we got the job?
Nope. I did not. Don't think I would have believed it either.
No.
But it certainly explains why she wanted the painting.
She just
Does
stare at
it?
you. You just feel sad and weirded out, and even more confused of the dire situation you are. As you hear almost like a little sob coming from your left. On the floor, with the legs crossed underneath her, curly hair in different colors. Trixie lifts her head. And so, the scene is set for stage 2. Again, you see a blood-red tear trickle down her cheek. Do you hear the horses? They do run so. And a pulse turns into a crescendo of hoofs running on a plain. It's not so much of a scream this time as a numb sound, like a buzz. Like not static, but like a refrigerator noise, just going higher and higher and higher. And then the room goes into light and it blitzes, and your mind falls into itself. And it's Sunday morning, and you have shit to do, because in this evening you are prepared to meet Ophelia's companions. But that's episode 5. In episode 6, we'll see how all this goes down.
Wheels.
So many threads!
make a quilt out of it.
Such as the play of my mind.
I know now who the Taleweaver is.
Yeah, sorry for the Irish.
Oh, I love that. We're testing out stuff. I'm so do character, do all that. I love it.
Trying to find the voice.
This is our take on vampire, and most definitely it's going to be more vampire-y as we go along. But also we're trying to do a story about embracement and human to vampire and figuring your shit out, understanding the world and giving meat on the bone. Hope you appreciate it and love what we do. We're having fun anyways. Please comment, like if you like it, follow if you like to follow it.
Yeah, maybe we should do behind the screen of
would love to
this. If you have questions for the
Q&A.
storyteller, the us as characters or something, just comment, write, ask questions, and we'll tell you of what goes on up here in our heads.
Not much.
No.
This is a mystery, and it's gonna be some twists and turns before we get to the end of the first night. The first night has definitely some twists and turns.
I wonder how many months the first night will take.
Who knows? But we'll get there.
So share, like, comment. Please spread the word of our tales if you like it.
Yeah, and it's a labor of love. We are super nerds and gamers, and we've done so. For me personally, I've done this for 20 years.
Yeah, 20
Super
plus.
nerd. And some new about me, I'm trying to learn Call of Duty, and I suck hard. I'm there just for the charm part.
Too old to have aim.
I know. I just like Call of Duty. I shop a lot and then I die, so that's what I'm there for. But anyways, this is what I love, and I hope you guys appreciate it. And I love my players because they're kick ass, because they dive in any situation I throw at them, and they love the abuse. So yeah,
Masochist.
I love it.
Send help.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for tonight, everyone.
See you guys.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dette kan fort bli stygt.